Let's do it.
Hey, all right. Thank y'all for joining us and welcome to the Blerdimension podcast. Follow us at Blerdimension on Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram if you haven't already. Turn on notifications so you can be the first to know we got new content for you. I'm Kavon, Negrito Suave. We got JK, Beasternal.
Welcome back, niggas.
Got Creston,
Season
not
3.
Sir. Oh, shit, my bad.
What's good, everybody? New season, new reason. Just teasing. Ain't greasing.
Get that guy.
Now the real art begins.
Rapping. That's
Somebody get out the hook.
It's supposed to be new. It's supposed to be new us. It's still the same shit.
No bars.
Got AJ and Oslinja.
I'd like to make the request to be now referred to as Your Highness because
you didn't win, so it don't count.
You
did not win.
It's Your Highness.
Won. You never won.
Your Highness.
Liar.
You know, like I said, we do like Game of Thrones around here. There have been false kings. So we'll call you Highness, but you get, yeah, exactly. You get
Look, I never watched the show, but I just imagine whoever sits in that giant metal throne thingy is like in charge, right?
The Iron Throne.
Giant metal throne thingy.
It has a
nope.
Yeah.
Listen,
we got JD creates activity.
Don't forget that.
Welcome back, everybody. Happy to be here. Kind of. Anyway.
Right?
Said kind of.
Wow.
No, absolutely ecstatic to be back.
Not here on the podcast, but here alive.
The ephemeral
being perceived.
Yeah.
If you watch the pre-show, I got my ass kicked in the Rocket Blade.
Oh yeah, we did. It's all. It's okay.
Ain't nobody ask you, Beast.
It's okay. It happens. It happens to everybody.
It really does happen. That game
happens to everybody. Some more than others, AJ. But it's all good.
Wow. I'm sorry. I don't speak to peasants. I don't speak to peasants. I'm sorry.
Do you guys remember how bad you lost that last game of last season? Like it was so bad. Not just in Rocket League, but we carried that ass open into Halo, and that never happens. Never happens. But it happens.
I'm gonna be honest. We don't really talk about that. Like for real. Like we don't talk about that.
We're gonna refresh your memory tonight.
Listen,
so
oh wow.
You got Carl over here who's in practice in Rocket League. I don't even.
Is you finished or is you done? We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. That was last season. This is a new season.
Facts. So we got Carl X KBHX.
What's going on?
All our pronouns are he, him, and his. Yep. The red square is back. So we got a few things. We're switching up the format a little bit. We're going to be streaming every other week and putting out the episodes on off weeks. And hopefully putting out smaller bits of the podcast and other content in that time as well. So next week we won't be streaming the podcast, but then the week after that we'll be back. For Orange vs. Blue, we're keeping last year's teams because, some niggas holding grudges. But, on nights we play team games, it'll be Orange vs. Blue. So that's me, Carl, and JD against Creston, AJ, and JK.
Some people want to be the Chicago Cubs.
Oh, wow. So, when we play team games, it'll be Orange vs. Blue. When we're not, it'll be free for all. But I don't, maybe we could figure out a way to let people earn points for their team during free for all games. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, Carl, why is that?
It's not like charity. I mean, charity is needed for some folks, but
wow,
it just sounded like that.
Just keep that same energy. That's all.
Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying too. Keep the same energy.
We got 2 segments we got all 3 segments for y'all tonight. We're gonna talk about what's new and nerdy in headlines. After news, we got a topic of the week. This week we're talking about the dumpster fire that has been Halo Infinite so far. I guess they still got time to clean it up, but it's been a year.
No.
We'll see.
No,
I don't know.
These niggas are not convinced.
I feel like there's few that's a bigger fan than me, and
Mm.
I'm at an all-time low right now.
Oh,
the
that's
Halo
not good.
vibes.
That's not good.
Yeah,
That's not what
I'm
we want to hear.
getting Halo 5 vibes.
I would play the heck out of some Halo 5 right now.
Oh man, I
I
need them to
won't go
bring back.
that. I won't go that far.
Oh
No,
shit,
I will.
I go
I'll do
back
it
tonight.
tonight.
Y'all will go to 5 and y'all won't go to MCC. Y'all
Yes.
are
No,
crazy.
absolutely. That's literally what we said. We said that. We'll never go back to MCC. We don't like that. We only play that because you play that and we follow you into that death trap every time. No one ever gonna hate it.
We support
No
our
one ever
friends.
gonna hate it. I can't sprint. And some games I can't sprint. Some games I can't sprint. Some days I can jet around. Other games, it's like it's just too many
It
changes.
should be easier for you because you don't have to think about too much more. All you got to do is point and shoot.
Listen, I'm already bad at point and shooting. They added the other stuff to help people like me.
Yo, that's what the fuck Hobby said. The nigga talking about point and shoot. Okay, I mean, if I was that good at pointing and shooting, nigga, I wouldn't need jets and all that shit.
Halos. I would never have no issue.
Jesus.
No, I need Spartan Charge.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. I miss having jets and Spartan Charge. Anyway, so last but not least, we're gonna talk about the best content we consumed in the off season in a special like what's good top 10 summer bangers edition. So that means games we've been playing, movies or shows we've been watching, comics we've been reading, all that kind of good stuff. Then we're gonna get into after podcast gaming. Tonight we're playing Dirt 5 and Rocket League. And some people gonna talk a lot of shit, so stick around for that. So Sony has been in a lot of news lately, and pretty much none of it is good. So in the past couple weeks, they have been trying to block like the Microsoft ABK deal because they're like what if they make Call of Duty an exclusive? It's gonna tank PlayStation's popularity and whatever, yes. As if them niggas ain't never brag on exclusives. You said that's
no, they have an exclusivity on exclusives, and so if you think you can come up in here and do that, like
you think wrong.
Yeah, they're like, look, we can have exclusives. We can make deals with Activision that you like. We can put Spider-Man in our game and then make sure he's not in your game.
Right. And didn't they have like a marketing deal, like an exclusive marketing deal with Call of Duty with ABK for Call of Duty?
They did.
Come on, dog.
The whole last PS4 generation.
Yeah,
and
you
then
you got it early and stuff with them and stuff like that. Like they definitely stacked the deck in their favor.
They still do for Modern Warfare 2 now.
You serious?
And they have
because PlayStation players would get open access beta earlier than Xbox.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and it's I mean, before they bought Bungie, the same thing for Destiny. Like you wouldn't know that to the layman that you wouldn't think that Destiny would be on other systems, but the way that it's marketed is marketed as a PlayStation game. Same thing with COD, same approach. But now that they're taking this piece off I mean, Microsoft was just like, we'll keep it on there for. And maybe they might just be saying that now just to kind of get that
They'll
approval.
run out the contract on it.
Yeah.
We can't promise anything after.
Yeah. Like they have existing deals that they're going to honor. But I figure after they get the deal through, they're going to start singing a different tone. Cause
you think so?
I think so. I think they'll just be like, yeah, we'll, cause right now they're just saying, oh, we're going to keep it on that platform. And then, sometimes they say as long as the contract, sometimes they're just like, yeah, we'll keep it on there. But I think after the deal goes through, they're gonna be like, yeah, we're just gonna honor the contract. And after that, it's gonna be on Game Pass. And we're gonna go from there. They won't say it outright, but there'll be a lot of PR fluff and speak, but they're gonna start singing a different tone after that deal is finalized.
Turn the falsettos and shit.
Look, I would just like, look, you want us to keep it on here? Let's revisit this Azure contract. I mean, we could add a few zeros to this.
Yeah.
A few zeros.
Exactly.
Look.
Yo, so what about this? Do you think that Sony, because the two other streaming companies, Amazon and Google, Do you see a future where like Sony collaborates with Amazon with like Luna to make, kind of like, for one, switch over their infrastructure to AWS, and then two, also use that technology that they've produced at Luna to be PlayStation Now. Do y'all see a future like that?
If they did, they'll have better servers.
Because Luna
I
is
think they
pretty
would
tight.
only do that if they
Yes.
were
Have you
on the
tested it?
cusp of
Mm-hmm.
bankruptcy.
Mm.
I think that's the only way they do that, is if they're on the cusp of bankruptcy. Because
Mm-hmm.
at that point, what do you have left? Like, I do feel like consoles are going to be with us for a while longer, but long term, it's going to be about streaming. And if you're partnering
Yeah.
with them, like, that is the future. So might as well just sell if you're doing all that. Like, the infrastructure is one thing, but if you're going to partner on streaming, it's kind of over, I feel like.
Yeah.
Mm. I mean, that would be the only way that I see that Sony can like really future proof itself, is to align with another big, tech company that can take on Microsoft in that realm, in terms of at least like raw horsepower and raw like dollars. But if Sony just wants to kind of continue to, you know, go the old route where, making money off of hardware, um, I don't know. We'll see. Because I mean, Game Pass is just going to get easier and easier to use. Like that, now that they're integrating in TVs, I mean, a lot of people are going to realize like, oh shit, like I could just get, Game Pass and I'm good. Like,
Don't they have a deal with Samsung? Aren't the
yeah,
newer
yep,
Samsung TVs going to come with that?
yep.
And I feel like, I mean, I hope, because I have an LG TV. Hopefully, there's a little software update that comes, put
That's
it
I
in
definitely what
wouldn't.
I'm
there.
hoping for.
I wouldn't. I mean, my
Wouldn't hold your
my
breath.
LG TV. I mean, it's granted it's a few years old, but I mean that shit can't even handle HBO Max. That should be crashing all the time.
But
I
do
will
you
say
update
part
your
of that
do
is
you
on the
update your
fucking
apps?
HBO Max. Yeah.
Oh, they're not very. I don't know what it is about that app or that website, but it's not like a very well
Not the
designed.
It's
friendliest.
not.
What,
Yeah.
HBO Max?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah.
And with web responsivity too. Like if you've ever tried to pull it up on like a really
But
wide screen,
what happened though? Because HBO
just
Go,
gives
I
up.
thought, was smooth.
They
Like,
trashed that thing and
when I say
started
smooth,
over.
it wasn't fast, but like it visually looked good, and I didn't really have much problems. The streams were high quality streams. Max is definitely a step backwards by a lot.
Mm.
And I don't think they were built by the same people either. Like
They're
I
not.
don't think.
They're not
But that's a
maxing
waste of
out
money. Like,
their
why? All you have to do is
capabilities.
just.
Excuse me, say what?
They're not
But that's a
maxing
waste of
out
money. Like,
their
why? All you have to do
capabilities.
is just
I don't know about y'all, but I'm out.
add new.
Don't start the dad jokes.
What
On season
happened?
3.
What? What are you talking about? I know what you're talking
This man talking about something they are maxing out their capabilities.
Bruh.
Mm.
Get this nigga.
Yeah.
I was like,
So,
We need to have a dad joke jail.
bruh.
Like that needs to be like something just
Preston's
throw
been
this nigga.
practicing for 3 seasons. He's gonna be
Hey,
unstoppable.
look,
You're not gonna be able to beat him. It's gonna be like Halo all
hey,
over
I'm
again.
I'm
They ain't trying
sharp
to lose
now.
twice in a
Look,
month.
are you
This
guys
joint is
pregnant?
firing off.
Is that what's going on?
Nah, not yet.
Oh my.
Check after the celebration.
He said, call me back, 2 months later, good news coming.
Pretty
You're
much.
gonna be excellent at telling those jokes. So
Oh yeah, I can't
I
wait.
feel like you can
I'm
stop
a,
practicing on us now that you've
I should write a
gained
book.
mastery.
I should just write a children's book.
I've
Dad joke.
Nah.
I've seen his future, and when I went shooting with him and his dad, I was like, "Yep, this is him in the future."
Oh
Definitely.
yeah, you definitely saw it. Yeah, that dark humor and yeah, it comes from a place.
Yep.
So
Comes from a place.
We'll pray for you.
dang. Friend,
Um,
Mari said more light-skinned babies in the world.
bruh.
That's just what the world needs.
Hey, that's how we're
I
gonna
mean,
advance.
That's how
That's
we're
true.
going to advance.
White people love them some light skinned babies.
Yeah.
But to get back to Sony,
yes.
My question is, who are they complaining to? I read the article, but I was like,
it's FTC have to approve this, right? So I think that's the regulatory.
Yeah, so they're complaining to them, but it's like not a monopoly, right? So what's the issue here? Like, oh man, they're gonna have an unfair competitive advantage.
Yeah,
but that's basically a monopoly.
They could claim that it's a monopoly.
But it wouldn't be though. Like I know you can claim that, but there's a ton of other games. Like it's not. It's like I don't know.
They would never win that battle. I'm like, okay, so you're telling me you're ahead in console sales for the last 2 generations. You're ahead in game sales. But they're the monopoly. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Got it.
And I think what they're trying to argue is that Call of Duty is a big part of that popularity of people buying their systems and, staying on their platform. And so they're saying like, oh, if they get it and they make it exclusive, then that's going to affect our bottom line, which like, I feel like they can't really argue that, like you said, because they have the better sales across the board. But that's what they're trying to say. Like, hey, guys, we're just us over here. They're buying everything up.
Yeah, we're this small startup that really like if they do this, they're gonna just they're gonna completely hinder our growth and choke us out. Like we really
able to get that Series C we've been working for.
I mean, we really need to just kind of like get our feet under us. And I mean, just really, if you could just. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, we need 60 years to really become an actual good company.
There you go.
Yeah, they dropping Billies too. I mean, they bought fucking Bungie. They theoretically, Bungie can create a Call of Duty killer.
And then Microsoft can argue
create a shooting game.
These businesses though aren't in the business of doing anything awesome. They're in the business of making money. So so they're not going to depend on Bungie to bail them out. They're just going to let the lawyers fight this battle. Like
that part.
Prove somehow that this is wrong. But I just don't. I was like, I don't even. That sounds like somebody saying, "Oh no, LeBron and D Wade went to Miami. That's not fair."
Oh yeah, they were complaining about that.
But I'm saying like, but it's like it's within the rules, dude. Like. Yes, KD can go to can leave OKC and go to the Warriors. That's free agency. He can do that. Yes, is it unfair? Sure. That's not our problem. That's your problem. Get better at basketball or get better at selling games and making making consoles. Like that's your job. It's like I would love to complain. I would love to be able to just go to a lawyer whenever my boss comes to me and be like, look, you're not actually doing what you're supposed to be doing. And I can be like, wait a minute. I feel like the task you gave me has a competitive advantage against me, as in I just don't know what I'm doing. So I really don't like how this task is just really making me feel. So could you like handle this? Like we got to just go in there. But for some reason, they're allowed to complain and cry about not being able to make billions of dollars. I don't like it. I just think I'm like, this is the worst way to kind of like handle this situation, in my opinion. Well, it's probably the best way for the business, but it's the worst way optically to be like, oh no, these guys are buying something that like could affect our business. Like, yeah, you did that with all the exclusives that you like racked up and kind of like ripped from Xbox. But Xbox wasn't like, hey, everybody wants to be their friend, not my friend. I can't get nobody to want to be on my platform. They started buying platforms. That's how you do it.
They played that exclusive game so well last generation, and now they're talking about, oh, but if somebody else does it, then it's unfair. So somebody do something. Help out. Like, come on, dog. Out of here. On top of that, they are raising the price of the PS5 in 7-8 countries.
I find this hilarious.
I don't understand this.
This is
this
hilarious.
says Europe.
It's just region.
There's other countries. It's Mexico too, Canada.
Yeah, UK, Europe. Japan, China. Well, Europe is not a country. That's why I was like, this is not even.
Well, that's you're right. That's continent. Yeah. It said it said just small countries, and then all of these niggas over here.
Absolutely, wherever they accept the euro, nigga, like the price is up. The UK, Japan, China, Australia, Mexico, and Canada are all getting price raises. Ooh. Yeah, I think Europe has the highest one, 50 euros.
Dude, that's how you combat
that's
this
confidence
issue.
though.
Discrimination.
That's confidence.
Yeah, that is just kind of like just put your it's like what Chappelle said, just kind of put your dick on the table and see what happens. Like that's basically like
they still gonna buy it.
Yeah, they just like, all right, we know that our system is in high demand, and we're dealing with inflation, and we're gonna pass that cost on to the consumer and see how they deal with it.
And it makes it worse that for a whole year, 2 years, people have been unable to buy them.
Yeah, still really hard.
Still unable to buy them. Yeah, and so they're like, "Oh yeah, we're raising this price now." They're like, "What the fuck, man? I haven't even got one yet."
And that never happens, though, right? Like it never happens that a console that's already out has a price raise, right? They come out with another version,
another model, yeah,
another model.
Pro or
exactly.
Yeah,
they're just like same system, same higher price.
Higher price.
They're scalping their own system.
Exactly. That's exactly what they're doing. And I've seen, you've seen the Wii just not drop, right? The price just didn't drop. Like everybody else's price dropped. The Wii was like, nah, we good. And they stayed right where they were until they were no longer popular. And then you see the slim versions come out and this version and then that version and these special versions, they give you like games that nobody wants. And so they charge you extra for it. But I don't think I've ever seen a system just go up in price just because.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, that's a first.
And then to be like everybody but the U.S. and that's peculiar. Like I wonder if it's just because like the U.S. like I don't know.
I think the market is tight. I feel like the market is tight in the U.S.
Oh yeah, they just worried about.
It's probably neck and neck, and they're like, okay, we'll lose too much ground to Xbox if you do that. But
and you can still do a lot of numbers in the U.S. too. You can offset. If you make it available, then you could do numbers here, since I think we're out of all these regions, we're the largest market share, I think.
Random say USA USA is banging the exchange rate. Bang bang.
Yeah, it's like the best time to like travel to Europe right now, because the dollar is doing better than the euro.
Yeah, and apparently Emirates and United for flights are joining. So you'll be able to use.
They're merging. United and Emirates are merging.
Apparently, that's what my buddy said.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So do y'all think? Do y'all think it's going to affect anything in the quote unquote console war? Do you think it's going to make a difference?
No.
Does it matter?
I think the console war is ending.
What's that?
I wish it would, but it doesn't.
I think it's ending. Like, we have platforms like Luna. Game Pass is essentially becoming Microsoft's biggest thing, right? They could stop making the Xbox tomorrow and just sell Game Pass on, cloud devices, and they would just be fine as well. And so,
I prefer that.
They'd probably prefer it, honestly. Will they? I don't think so. Anytime soon. They might release one more console, then just be like straight just Game Pass. I don't know. We'll see where we're at in the next 5 years, but I do genuinely believe that the whole so-called console wars is kind of coming to a closure as cloud gaming becomes more prominent for use. As servers get better, as the cloud gets better, and as gaming over just Wi-Fi and Ethernet in general becomes an easier experience without having to have hunks of metal on your desk, hunks of plastic on your desk. People are just going to want to do that.
I don't think that it's ending just yet, because for the same reason I don't think Sony's gonna have an issue selling those consoles, because I think people are attached to the idea of a console right now. Like it's similar to like cutting the cord with cable. Like a lot of people probably still out here with cable for all we know. Like all of us, we're cord cutters, right? But like we're kind of like in a field that makes us look forward in technology and think that way. But like for the average person, like they're used to playing their games on a console. They buy a console, that's how they play their games. Like to think that they're gonna build a PC or buy a gaming laptop or buy a gaming, just a gaming PC of any kind, and then start playing Xbox Game Pass on those devices. Like I can't imagine anyone doing that. Like for people who play console games, because I know Maurice is bringing up mobile gaming, right? Which is it is number one, but mobile gaming is a different type of gaming. Like it's not nobody's playing like you're not getting the people who play Madden and 2K, or I guess NBA Live's coming back. Like all these sports games, they're not playing on mobile. The people who play Call of Duty are more comfortable playing at home right now. Like even though you can start to play these things on mobile,
I
so
feel
it's
like
like
it's a function of technology, though.
say it again.
I think that's a function of the technology. Like,
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm saying,
when
but
streaming gets better, I feel like that gap will close.
but it's not even just about that, because it's technology. Like, unfortunately, just because something's better doesn't mean it survives. There's a lot of form factors, right? We can get into like VHS and Betamax, right? If we want to like do the oldest that I can think of, like comparison where you're like looking at two things. One is not better than the other, but one just has a better presence. People know it better, people see it better, or it just has the right distribution kind of like chain.
But I'm just thinking about my kids, though, right? Like my daughter, right?
Yeah.
More than likely, they're gonna have a phone before a console.
Yeah.
And so if the streaming gets good enough, fast enough, that's gonna be their first and for a while only experience with games.
Right.
And then if you end up if the technology is good enough to where you can have a AAA title on a phone, I think that gap will close because they won't know anything else. Like for us, I agree with you. But like if you're trying to capture the next generation, like I feel like that's how you do it.
Depends on Apple then, because if Apple makes
true.
gaming a priority, then I can agree with that. I can say, okay, well, mobile's gonna immediately.
I feel like they'll do casual because
Yeah,
it seems like that's all they're doing. Casual and
that's most mobile gaming. You're sitting somewhere.
XR.
You don't want to. You're sitting somewhere. You open up a game. You play the game, right? But it's rare that somebody's playing like a game for hours on their phone, like multiplayer, kind of like that kind of thing. Like there are some games that really lend themselves to that, but I don't think first-person shooters are those games, right? And even with the whole like streaming and casting, to where you can like end up casting to your TV and using your phone as a remote, like you can do all that stuff. Like all that stuff's possible. It's just so different from how we do it now that the only way it works, in my opinion, is if it gets
dude
pushed by somebody like Apple.
Apple legit could probably do that the best with like
the Apple TV.
You got not just they have Apple TV, they have the iPhone, they have that center stage
Stop
thing.
being an old man, AJ.
They got the center stage thing, and like how you could couple an iPad with a Mac Studio or whatever, so you could start playing a game on a Mac Studio, transfer it to the phone, and have that crap be seamless. Like, they could do it the best if they really tried to, but I don't know if
they will.
I don't think they will.
No, they absolutely will. Like they're gonna launch their AR headset, AR/VR headset, and I guarantee you, it's their next play.
If I hear that headset is dope, I feel like that's a last straw. Like I feel like I have to get an iPhone at that point.
Oh no, it's gonna be absolutely dope. They've been building it for way too
If
damn
it's
long
really
for it to be
good,
shit.
if it's really good,
Don't leave me here.
look, man, I got a foot out the door because
strong.
I got this Pixel 6 Pro, and I'm like, I paid flagship money. Don't feel like a flagship, man. Like I'm a little hurt.
Dang. I was thinking about getting one. No.
You gotta pay. Wait till the 7 comes out. Maybe it's worth it then because they would have lowered the price. But paid flagship money doesn't feel flagship. Like the screen looks nice, but it's 120 hertz display. Sometimes we're dropping frames. I can't be dropping frames, baby. No.
I forgot you a frame Nazi.
I need it all. I paid for it all. I didn't
Man
get
said
a
he paid for a
mid-range
premium
phone.
experience.
Look, I didn't even get the smallest of memory. I think I got the 256 gig. Like I wanted it all, the full premium experience, paid top dollar. And what did I get? No, I'm hot about that. Like if I was like, oh yeah, 600, $700 mid-range, that's not what I did. Paid top dollar, didn't get top dollar performance. So I'm upset about that. So
I'm gonna make that move.
it might happen.
Nah,
6
man,
days.
Don't do it, Carl.
Don't do it, man.
Don't do it, play it. Don't do it.
6
Reconsider.
days.
Reconsider.
Please fire.
Read some literature
Look,
on the subject.
If
Anyways.
the iPhone looks like it looks, we talking that Apple Watch with the biggest screen, like it might be a clean sweep over here.
Hey.
I guarantee you, like the way their glasses are going to work, right? Like the Apple Watch is going to pair with it. You do the whole heads-up display with the Apple Watch. Around and move shit around. It's fantastic. That's the next 5 years for us.
I believe it when I see it.
And not only that, you have to sign away your children or mortgage or mortgage your house or whatever to get to afford it. Like it's gonna be $20,000 to switch over, Carl. If you're ready.
I got 3 kids. It's fine.
Wow.
Yeah. Are your
You're
kids
gonna have to put
all
a chip in
rocking?
his head and
Are your
shit.
kids all rocking the new iPhone?
No, of course they wouldn't.
Of course, exactly. That's not what we're talking about here. Carl is switching over. Carl does not like to. He doesn't like to slum it. This man's gonna pay $20,000 to change his life. It's a $20,000 investment.
$20,000. What are you buying?
I mean,
he's buying this.
A
He's gonna buy the phone. He's gonna buy the
laptop.
The what you call it? The
watch.
new one.
I need to.
The desktop.
Oh, the studio, Mac Studio.
The Mac Studio. Then he's gonna get.
That's $20,000 by itself. What you talking about?
This is a $20,000 plus.
Look, I gotta spread it over a few years. They can't be soaking me all at once.
I know he's gonna. What's that thing they do? That thing they do. Affirm. He's gonna
Klarna.
No.
He's gonna affirm. He's gonna be paying a car note for his Apple products.
Hey, it wouldn't be that high with how much that crap costs. We need to see what this Mac Pro is talking about.
You're gonna have Apple mortgage.
That's gonna be the $20,000 right
Apple
there.
mortgage
For the base Apple mortgage.
Absolutely.
That's what they're gonna say. They're like, hey, so you can mortgage your products. We see you have 40,000 products.
I would
mortgage
love,
for each month.
I would love for there to be like a Apple mortgage site like Rocket Mortgage. You got to put in where you're gonna get your
yes.
You have lending assistance to buy this Mac.
Hey, get a business loan. Get a small business loan. There you go.
Yeah, they kind of do it with the Apple Card. So I got the Apple Card, so you could kind of do it through that. But I haven't purchased anything through the Apple Card.
Does your Apple Card have a $50,000 limit?
I mean,
already said a PPP.
They gotta lift up my limit a little bit.
Yeah, man, you gotta pay those back, right?
So real quick, the last thing we got for Sony is that so in Britain they're getting sued. They got this like $6 billion lawsuit because people don't want to pay so much for games. They're basically complaining about like the 30% storefront tax, and then basically passing that cost on to consumers. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna win, but it's it's Britain. They be doing different shit.
They're always complaining over there in the UK about everything. Some of their complaints benefit us greatly, so I don't say too much about it. But they be complaining about everything over there. They be like the reason Apple's like adding so many like USB Type-C chargers our ports is because of them. Like they're still trying to get them to change the iPhone port. Because like no, over here everything has the same port, son. Like they're over here like it's just such a weird thing that they just constantly complain. I think it's because most of the companies aren't from the UK. So it's like they just kind of want to have some kind of like they want to like kind of boss these companies
You
around.
matter too.
Yeah, but most of these companies are not from the UK, but they be complaining over there. Like every time I turn around, the EU is making some tech company do something that they just like we didn't sign up for this. Yeah.
I am happy with the Type C though.
Me too. Me too.
That would be another motivating factor to switch to iPhone. They go to Type C.
Well, you better hope the EU win this.
No, that's already done. That's done. They won that.
Oh, they did? Okay. Well,
Yeah, I think they got to switch by. I forgot the year.
They have to switch by iPhone 15, but
there we go.
From what we hear,
15, what are we on right now?
Where are we on right now?
14 is being announced next week. So the next year basically is their last chance to be in compliance.
We're hearing, since they assumed it was going to happen, that they're switching for 14 already, but definitely it'll have to be that way for the next one.
I mean, we've already established that this shouldn't have even been a thing. That they should have already been using Type C, because they talk about how great it is, and then leave it out of their best product. They're like, oh, it's so great. It's so much faster than the last charging port we had when we put it in the iPad. So much faster. But they don't want to say whose charging port was the last charging port. And now
that's not the point.
And like, you know how much money we make off making people buy these silly adapters, man? That's a business in itself. That could spin off into its own business.
That's not even. It's not just that they charge license fees for other companies to use.
For using their
get the MFI certification.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
That's a ton of money.
That's greedy.
Very. Be like that. I guess you know you can do whatever you want when you got enough money. So fall anime season is right around the corner. There's a couple things that we're looking forward to. So I mean, Chainsaw Man, that's not on my list, but I know JK, you looking forward. Maybe Creston, Chainsaw Man, that sounds like some shit.
Hey, I mean, Creston will get to it in 2024. 2024, Creston. Creston will be
fire.
Hey, I got you.
In 2024, Creston will be like, man, Chainsaw Man was great.
Like, when did we talk about this?
You're gonna be on season 8. He's like, yo, Chainsaw Man, amazing.
Yeah, so
hands down.
I don't want anything to do with the guy whose body turns into chainsaw parts. So
it's just his hands.
I don't know. His face does too, right?
His face turns into a chainsaw?
No, it's like his. I can't.
His face is doing like his face too turns into a chainsaw. That's what I thought.
He morphs into like another being, basically.
Yeah, a chainsaw though. Yeah, like that's the point.
But his head's not a chainsaw. I think it's like his nose or his. Like
that's his head. If a chainsaw comes out your nose,
I don't think so.
If the chainsaw comes out of your nose, then guess what? Your head is a chainsaw. Like. That's the whole point.
It could be a nose size.
What?
No logical explanation.
A nose size chainsaw, bro.
Yeah.
No.
Just like
it doesn't matter.
It's like a little shank instead of a shank.
You're still a chainsaw. I don't care how small the chainsaw blade is. That still makes you a chainsaw and your face a chainsaw. Like, you don't realize like a chainsaw is a place for holding the blade and then and running the chain and then the blade. So if the blade is running through your head, you're the chainsaw. Now you might not have a handle on your head, right? Because that would be ridiculous. But like your head's a chainsaw.
Okay, yeah. Well, his head is a chainsaw. It's like it's like the top. He has a horn as the chainsaw blade, and his head is like the rest of.
Look, man, I'm gonna say
is it a gas chainsaw? Is it electric? I don't like. What is this?
It looks like it's a gas. It looks like it's electric.
And the same way I think we're all electric, so I guess by default the chainsaw becomes electric. So
making points
But yeah, I definitely wasn't gonna forget that. There's no way I'm gonna forget seeing a chainsaw face guy. Like I was like, no, I'm sure of it.
Well, anyway, it's other stuff. I guess people were a lot more like Bleach.
Oh yeah.
Bleach.
Bleach.
Looking forward to that.
Get ready for the most boring arc of Bleach being animated so well.
This nigga
What?
here every time.
The fuck? Shut. No! Oh shit! Say it again. Say something else. Oh, say something else. Say something else, nigga.
And god damn.
Hater. Hater Con 2025.
2027 or 2077
This
now,
nigga
man.
Oh, it's
always
20 facts.
We,
This nigga
we had some
always saying
delays.
some shit.
2077.
We had some delays.
Some delays.
What is
Goddamn.
COVID? Is COVID S coming out or some shit like that?
I can't tell you about that. I just know we had some delays. It'll come out in 2077 along with Cyberpunk.
Damn.
Along with the Cyberpunk, with the changes and adjustments to Cyberpunk.
Right, the next gen is finally going to drop. There you go. Get your
But no,
4K.
this is the most boring arc of Bleach in terms of reading, anyway.
There you go. In terms of reading, what I wanted to say.
No, the animation. I'm not gonna doubt the animation. Bleach has always done a good job in terms of like visually, right? I never had a problem with Bleach visually. I am telling you that that arc is incredibly boring, and unless they rewrite it, which would also kind of make people mad, like I don't know. But most people, I think, don't actually read the manga, so they never know. They're just like excited that the property's coming back out. They have no idea that. I mean.
That's me right there. Like I read it for a little bit when I was getting Weekly Shonen Jump, but I fell off and I never went back. So I'm definitely excited to see it come back and hopefully get some more of the story. Like, are they gonna finish out the manga, or like is this like they're gonna write out this arc and okay?
So the manga finished, and
Finally.
then they kind of like did like another there's like another. Like he did a one shot of like what happens after the manga that finished,
like
so
an epilogue.
So maybe there's even more like with Ichigo's kid and what else was the kid?
Nigga got kids now?
Yeah, Ichigo's got a kid, and Ichigo and Rukia's kids are both now will have Soul Reaper powers. They're not they're not official, but that's basically what happened.
Who did he end up with? Rukia or the other chick?
No, he ended up with Orihime. Nah, that's right. Because what's the name? What's the name was holding her torch for Rukia? So we don't want no love triangles up in here.
Who, the redhead?
Renji,
yeah.
You don't need nobody.
He don't.
Damn. No main character. Get it.
Wow.
You knew first off when he fighting one of the hollows because of Orihime.
Roar, Zabir Maru.
Yeah.
Your face. Nobody cares.
Done. Put some respect on my boy's name.
No, he does have the worst Bankai. His Bankai is the lamest. Like it doesn't give him any. It doesn't make him any better. Like he's just swinging around a really scary thing, but it's like, but you're still slow. So I just dodge. I don't have to dodge it. I'll dodge you, and it's over.
He said, "You're still slow."
I'm like, what? Why would y'all do that to this man? Anyway. Like, we ain't got to talk about it right now. So Jujutsu Kaisen is coming back, and I'm excited for that.
Nothing bad to say.
I wish World Trigger was coming back. It's not, but I wish.
Oh no, it's not. It's not. The manga's not even moving, man. Don't. I mean, like I said, 2077 World Trigger's third season comes out. 2077.
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan coming back. I thought the last season was the last season.
No, that was only part 1.
Okay.
A bunch of liars.
Yeah, part 2.
They doing some Ozark shit. That's the end of the final season.
It's the end of the final season. Yeah, it's part 2.
Gotcha.
So the end of the final season is actually the final season. Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
The final season.
Yep.
All right. Mob Psycho's coming back.
Oh yeah, great stuff.
I still really haven't watched Mob Psycho like that.
You are missing out on life.
That thing is hilarious.
It's
Animation's good, and you know, because Carl likes it. You know, the powers are fantastic.
Absolutely.
I watched maybe 6 episodes and then.
No, man, you gotta watch.
You watched that many episodes and thought like, oh, it's time to move on.
No, it wasn't a regular. It wasn't a regular show I was watching. So a lot of the regular shows I was watching.
I binged it in like 2 nights. Like I was like, "What's this?" And then I woke up the next day and I was like, Yeah, I'm done. Like the next night, I was like, it's over. Finished it.
Well,
it's
again,
pretty
I'm a
fantastic.
story type person, so it has to catch me story wise.
It's well, okay. If we're gonna go there, it's not the most complex story, but it's written by the same guy who writes One Punch Man, so it's all satire and jokes and humor mixed in with cool fight scenes.
Yeah, I tried to watch the live action.
There was a live action.
Don't do
Yeah.
live action
Why are you
manga
doing that?
anime. They have not successfully done one yet. Not
I don't know
successful.
why they keep
You
trying.
talking about in both
Yo,
Japan and America, or
seriously.
just in America?
In anywhere. I don't know any Japanese.
Ronnie Kenshin was good.
No, Rurouni Kenshin was serviceable, but I don't see anybody watching that whole thing out. Like
I did.
it's the easiest one to do because there's no real powers in Rurouni Kenshin. It's all like these extraordinary feats. So it basically becomes a kung fu movie.
It's samurai. Never mind. I'm not gonna say nothing else.
No, I'm saying, but it basically becomes the essence of a kung fu movie. It's like the feats are just extraordinary, but there's no real powers. So it kind of lends itself more to a live action.
It never would have been real.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it works.
That's
I'm
why
saying
it works.
that's why it works is because it uses the same principles as a kung fu movie to write Rurouni Kenshin, right? The blocking, everything that you do for the fight scenes is going to be what you would do in a Donnie Yen movie, right? Like it's the same stuff, right? Or actually, it'd be more
maybe.
like
I think it's just. I think to me the story worked out.
No, well, the story is good, but what I'm telling you is that doesn't work with anything fantastical.
Okay.
Anything fantastical. The moment you move to something fantastical, for some reason it just breaks when you go to television. I think it's a budget thing, really, because come on, there's got to be a way to do it.
Yeah, you can do more with animation. You can do more than you can do with.
Right.
Well, I mean, some people do it good though. Some people do it good.
Yeah.
I mean, shows.
It takes not all those CW shows. Like they do it good on at least maybe one episode. One episode.
Of all the networks, he just said CW.
I would have used Marvel, and then like if they had a $300 million budget, they could do it.
Codes of network.
Yeah.
He said the codes.
What is that?
You good over there, Tech?
Entire system moving.
Does it sound like?
Sorry,
it's like construction.
It's punching.
It's like in a nice position.
Anyway, we'll see.
I'll
give it a chance. Maybe I'll watch it while I'm in Atlanta.
I'm disappointed that you didn't finish it when you
I got other stuff to watch. I've been watching Orient and shit. So anyway,
wait a minute. You said is Orient back?
Yeah. Orient is on for the summer.
Yeah, man.
Oh, why does it always sound like you're running to the mic?
I mean, look.
He's like, Orient back?
I thought I heard footsteps. Like,
oh shit.
Yes. Because it stopped at a very awkward point and I was pissed.
Oh my gosh. I hated that so much.
Hold on. Complete side note. Carl, you need to watch the Croyus Recoil. I think that's how Lycoris Recoil. I might be saying that first bit wrong. Shit is like John Wick, but with it's fantastic. It's such a good fucking anime.
If it's not like Equilibrium with Gun Kata, I don't want to watch it.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. They're like doing all kind of like kung fu moves with pistols in their hands. I was like,
it was a bad movie.
It was a terrible movie.
If y'all never seen Equilibrium with Christian Bale and Taye Diggs,
please watch it.
Watch
it's
it.
Bad. It's bad. It's a good time. It's bad.
It's a good time.
All right, I'm gonna make a note.
I feel like those actors shouldn't be together in a movie.
Equilibrium proves you right.
Should prove you right, yeah.
Yeah, they shouldn't. Taye Diggs should not be.
Taye Diggs should stick with Stella got her groove back. That's it.
I mean, a lot happens at Stella. Come on now, give him a little credit. A lot happens at Stella.
True. That's true.
What was that happened since Stella?
I mean, he was like 10 years old when that movie came out. He's matured a little bit.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, what movies has he been in besides, like, that he's been like the lead in?
House on Haunted Hill.
I mean, Brown Sugar and all that.
Wasn't he?
Brown Sugar came out.
Brown Sugar. Right. I think
The Best Man.
Best man.
Best man, yeah.
Even though he got his ass whooped by
He's just a troublemaker.
what's his name?
Morris Chestnut.
Morris Chestnut. He beat his ass.
Yeah, he
I was
did.
like,
Yeah.
damn.
He kind of deserved it.
He did.
100%.
Yeah.
Crimson said they marketed Equilibrium as the next Matrix, and
Yes.
I'm assuming that it was not like that based on
You
what
can
you guys
tell
have said.
by
It wasn't.
you can tell by the way it looks. That's exactly what they were trying to go for. Like, you
Yeah.
can tell by the way the costume design. You can tell like, oh, this is made. There's a lot of trench coats in that movie.
Yeah.
That is about all they got right with their Matrix.
And the gun sounds, like how people get shot, and like how people, like when he hits like multiple people,
what?
and they all stand and then they drop at the same time. Yeah.
You know what? I
see
think
it.
I did watch that movie.
It's
see it.
bad.
Yeah, I watched this
Yeah,
movie.
it's pretty terrible.
Yeah, this was bad.
But I watched it again when it came on TV. I was like, oh shit, Equilibrium. We'll watch this
Oh,
again.
I didn't watch it.
What do you mean by TV? Like network?
Yeah,
Yeah, so-
back in the day when it came on like TBS, like randomly, or it came on.
JK.
That's,
You're a diehard.
You guys
You're a
remember that used to
diehard.
be our lives? You couldn't
Yeah.
like just turn on something. You had to like just wait for that shit to come on.
I'm
the channel
surprised you were alive for those times. So when you say
my
remember, I'm like, do you remember? Yes. How do you know? Is my question.
He watched a
I
YouTube
grew
video
up
on it.
on Netflix.
You watched a documentary on YouTube about how people used to have to.
Right.
Is that you saw MKBHD Retro Tech on that?
Right. Facts.
He's like, do you guys remember those antenna things? Those little metal-
Remember the little knobs you had to crank?
the little clicking dials?
Click, click, click. Oh, there you go. Remember the
Yeah.
phones? Like,
The rotary phones? Yeah, you guys
Oh
remember
my
those
gosh.
things?
oh, yes. I was laughing
yeah.
so hard when I saw, like, some Gen Zers look at a phone. Like, I saw some interns. It was like, rotary phone. What is that? I was like, the phone you do. Oh, I know how to use that. You spin it all the way around, and then it clicks. I was like, that's not how it works.
No, that's not.
That's not how it works.
Crimson said, the struggle is looking through the weekly paper for the TV schedule. Absolutely.
And the
Oh,
movies
yes.
and the
Oh my
Showtime.
gosh, I
And the
forgot
movie
about that.
Showtime.
guide.
Yeah.
Yeah, movie showtimes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotta go to Style.
Or movie
Okay.
phone. You call movie
Or
phone,
yep.
and they just
Movie
tell
phone,
you
yep.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Oh
tell
my
you
gosh.
what movies are playing.
Ain't no scrolling. You gotta remember. Or write it down. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh,
Yep.
it's terrible.
Circle that shit.
And then if you miss it, you be like, oh, damn it.
Somebody
Call again.
throw the
Call
paper
again.
away. You be
Oh
mad
Call
at
again. You be
Bruh.
like, okay. You spout it out word for word out of off the call. Like, okay, mom, it's 8:30, 10:30, and 9:30 or 11:30, something like that. And they were like, all right, okay,
No,
cool. And they hang
we
up.
were just looking the newspaper for.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
the
right.
movies.
Newspaper.
Yeah, that's what Chris was saying. Newspaper. My grandma used to get the TV guide. She wasn't rich swab. She just got the TV guide. I don't
She
know.
was a switch.
I didn't know it cost money. I just picked it up. I used to always get in trouble for taking the TV guide out of the living room where my grandfather was sitting.
I
You take
mean,
it to the back room. It's like, oh,
they had the high end crossword puzzles and TV
Mhm.
guide.
I didn't know that. Of course, I wasn't doing crossword puzzles. I was just, need to see when Dragon Ball Z came on. Like,
I used to love the tips and tricks magazines that had the little puzzles in the
Mhm.
back, like the little sketching puzzles. So like it would tell you like a shape to make with the puzzles. And so you darken the shape, and then when you darken it, when you use those entire shapes, basically, it will make a picture. So like if it was Sonic or a character like that, I used to bring those to school, and
Teachers
my
used to
teacher's like,
scratch 'em.
my teacher's like, oh, these are cool. Can you make copies of them for everybody to use? Yeah, I was like, sure,
Oh,
whatever.
wow.
Yeah, nah, my shit would have got snatched.
yep, snatched, thrown in the
Right in
trash,
that. It would been right in her
junk drawer.
her
She got
top
all
drawer. Yep.
Yeah,
Um,
Damn.
what
all
do
the
they call it? The
confiscated
contraband
stuff.
or the confiscated stuff?
Yeah, confiscated. Yep. Yeah,
Rip.
but I did my work, and I used to do it after I did my work. So that was the difference between me and
Oh.
Kristen.
Wow. Wow.
I never did homework in elementary
Wow.
school. I never did homework at
Wow.
any level of schooling. It just became less important as you got older.
Nigga, how did you pass?
Look, man, things are complicated, but I got out of there.
Things are complicated. Oh shit!
Yo.
So what?
Yeah, and then so I guess for fall season, the last joint that I think most of us are looking forward to is Spy Family.
Yes,
that thing was
British
top tier.
Yes, sir.
It's
Not according to
fantastic.
Tech. This nigga gave it like a 7 out of 10. Like, nigga, what are you?
Oh yeah, if you want to see what we rated our spring season rundown, go ahead and watch the anime Kages. Run them down real quick. If you know what that is, go on YouTube. Take a gander. Take a gander.
7 out of 10 is that is a slap in the face. It's a slap. There's what is it missing, right? It's got the animation, right? No. For me, you know how big that is. Animation is great. Character design is great.
Got the humor.
Got the humor.
Got the story.
And the
action
is hilarious.
And the plot, the mystery.
Action,
you're like, damn, how did she get her powers? Are they gonna get into that? Are they gonna? And then is he gonna find out?
And then all of it's a spy thriller kind of situation. So you got all the different pieces moving that you're like, oh my gosh, when are these things gonna come together? Like her brother being in the secret pool.
Yo.
And I love the fact that her brother and her have literally the same personality and they don't realize it. Like they're both idiots. Like
can't hold their liquor.
Yeah, they can't hold their liquor.
Liquor worth shit.
Same exact human beings. It's freaking fantastic in every conceivable way, and it's not so anime-y that like people who don't really watch anime wouldn't enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It just has like a small thing. Yeah, my wife liked it too. She don't really like traditional anime. She only like Miyazaki films. So
damn.
Just the fact that she would sit there and watch it was like, okay, this actually has to be decent because she ain't gonna watch no regular anime.
All right.
There's some other ones that we were looking at, but
like what?
We'll get to that later. What was? Well, I know on the list I saw it said My Hero, but
My Hero is coming back.
Yeah, and
I'm bored with My Hero.
I haven't finished this last season. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh man, you tripping? How you got My Hero in the background? You ain't watch it. You tripping?
Look, it's
take that down.
Take that shit down.
I love My Hero, like especially the manga, right? I still read the manga every Sunday, but I don't know what happened in the anime. I don't know what they did to make me just be like, I don't think I need to follow along with these people. Like, just for some reason, I was like, I'll just keep reading it. Like, maybe it's just a bad arc. Because there are some boring arcs, right? There's some that are better than others. Like maybe that's what it is, but I wasn't feeling it this season.
Understandable.
Yeah, I kind of got bored with My Hero too.
Yeah, it's sometimes it stretches too long, in my opinion.
Like, fair enough.
I'm surprised you got going on My Hero.
Yeah, that's
right.
I actually got pretty far. I don't know which.
Like 5, right? 5
it
or
was
6?
after. I think it was after that season that they were fighting. They got trapped in that they got trapped in this building and they had to like fight their way out.
Oh, where they were rescuing the horn girl.
Yeah.
Girl. Yeah.
So that's like season 3?
That was season 3 or 4. That was before the festival, so it had to be 3 or 4.
It'd be 3, I think, because the festival this current season is after the festival because they go and get trained. So
yeah, and they're full-fledged heroes.
Yeah, so
and they're trying to get interns and trying to get recruited in.
Man, my whole thing is like these motherfuckers went through some shit. They need to be fast tracked. Like this ain't normal, dog. Like,
nah, man, they gotta pay.
Like, where's the school therapist? Like,
yeah, exactly, dog. They need to be fast tracked. Like,
therapy for heroes.
Nah, man. That's like my biggest thing with that whole thing. Is like these motherfuckers are like they're doing their training and then like niggas can come in and like actually trying to kill them. They be
Yep.
Those are the business
surviving.
scores.
I'm like, dog, like that that is like real combat. Like they shouldn't like how can you come from real combat and go right back into the classroom like nothing happened? Like, come on now.
You
True.
can't.
Nah,
Yeah.
nah, man.
We got a fast track. Come on, we
Kids,
gotta
sending kids back because they're too big for their britches. They think just because they survived a couple encounters that were near-death
There's more than a
experiences
couple.
that killed other grown heroes, just because they survived some little old small skirmishes like that, you think they should just
nah.
go on and replace these guys?
Those
Yes.
small skirmishes
Yes.
that cause people to lose their powers, get fucking demolished by an entire building, get shot in the back or get stabbed in the back. Yeah, I think
Those small
they're
skirmishes, like those, look, the job they're going to do is good. That's just
Would
a
you even
small-
want to do that job after all that shit?
No, but I'm not a hero.
Like, god
No
damn.
intention of saving lives.
I'd be like, you know what? You know,
It's
I'm
a
gonna
hard
try.
world.
I'm gonna try a different line of work. I'm good. Like, yeah, this shit
Yeah.
crazy.
well, people gonna be dying in our comic book.
People
Oh,
do
Jesus.
die in
People dying
my
on it.
hero, and especially in this most recent arc in the manga. Yeah, they be dying. What's his
Oh
name's
no.
power? What's his name's power is just too
OP.
yeah, it's just especially in the arc that's getting ready to be this season, this coming up season, you're gonna get to see him kind of. I think you're gonna get to see him transformed a little bit,
Yeah,
right? Because he was in the midst of transforming in this
he
past
was
season, right?
slowly
He was in the machine,
gaining. He was slowly gaining the other abilities
right?
of
Like
past.
anything he touches disintegrates, and anything he touches, this touching the thing he touches disintegrates. Like
God
that's
damn.
already OP. It gets much worse.
You talking about the
So
dude with the hand on his face?
hands on his face, right?
Oh,
right.
him. Oh, yeah. His
I'm
ability.
not
Yeah.
talking about it. All for one is pretty much like his.
Okay.
All Might pretty much did.
You
enough
talking about
of
his
it.
apprentice? You talking about what's his apprentice?
Yeah, his
Okay.
apprentice, who was also the granddaughter of All Might's master.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's like my favorite part of the show is the villains. Like,
Well,
Of
I think
course it
that's
would
what
be for you.
makes it
All right.
slow. That's what makes this most recent season slow, though,
Really?
because yeah, the villains they don't really like. They try to
Don't
make
do
them
nothing?
sympathetic, but it's like it's not enough, right? It's like one story about why they're evil, and then some of them aren't even really impactful to me. Like the blood drinking girl story is like, okay, you just like blood, and people were weirded out by you, so now you turn into a villain. Like it wasn't like something. It wasn't like anything traumatic. She was just like, I'm different, and so this is how I
I'm
express my
different.
different.
I'm different.
No.
Exactly, and
Well,
so
now
I'm
they're
ready.
having. Isn't next season all about the villains?
Oh, so that's okay. So that's the coming up season. Okay, that's where we're at. Then.
Like it's all
Okay.
about talking about. Like
Yes.
it's pretty much my hero villain is my villain academy basically.
So this is the season I'm not excited for because that was very boring. It was hard for me to get through.
Yeah.
Like,
All right.
I'm gonna catch up soon.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, that's it.
So Gamescom happened last week.
did it?
And they wow.
The disrespect.
disrespect.
Wow.
Had a bunch of updates and stuff like that. There were a couple interesting things like this. There's the DualSense Edge controller that's coming out from
I'm excited
PlayStation,
about
which
that.
is
Yeah.
their
I'm super
their
excited.
Did they raise
elite
the price
controller.
on it yet before they even announced it?
They were
It
smart
says-
and not revealing the price just yet. So they still working it out.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be higher in the
$300.
UK.
It's gonna be
$300.
about. It's probably gonna be like 150 to 180.
150 in the US and 180 in the UK. Gotcha.
Nah,
Facts.
they just gonna round it up to 200 in the UK. They be like, y'all niggas know what's up.
Jesus.
Yeah,
That's
y'all
gonna
know
be
y'all
rough.
want this giant.
I'm definitely excited. It looks really modular. It looks really serviceable, like user serviceable. So I'm excited for those parts. It's always good to have.
So
have,
are you thinking about getting it for PC?
maybe test it out. First of all, I gotta see what they charging.
Yeah, true.
Because I do really like my Xbox Elite 2. And generally in the past, like the last PlayStation I played myself was a PS4, and the controller was so much more uncomfortable for me to hold for like a long period of time. It was, I don't know, it was
It's
weird.
very light, very light.
It was weird.
But the
So
DualSense is probably like one of the best controllers. Like it's really good.
yeah, I'm I want to test it out, and this would be a good because I feel like there's no reason for them not to have something like this. Like, how long? When did the first Elite come out?
It was like towards the end of the Xbox One era.
Mm,
So like maybe
20.
around the One X when that came out, One X and One S.
And so maybe like 2016. So it's like, I mean, y'all way behind, dog. Y'all way
Yeah.
behind.
They were letting Scuff just take care of the premium consoles for a long time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they I guess Sony was just like, nah, look, we got this. We got it. Y'all can step aside.
For a little while, like I was very close to like buying one of them scuff joints.
I just don't like the name. I
Oh,
know
that's it.
that's very petty, but I don't like that shit.
No, I agree with that kind of logic. That's exactly how you should be. Judge things by
That's
the
exactly
smallest, most insignificant thing about them.
backwards thumb. Nah, fuck that. I'm out of here.
Backwards thumb, man. Don't watch
Backwards thumb
Castlevania. That thumb
compatibility.
is backwards. You can't hold a sword like that.
You don't know.
That's funny.
Oh man, it might be elite over there.
Hey, look, I don't doubt it. This thumb is jacked. I hope there's doctors in that world.
Oh wow. I mean, probably, right? I don't know. Who knows? I saw a trailer for this game called Everywhere. And like
Oh yeah.
the studio was mad vague about it. They were like, it's gonna be everything. They
Bad
haven't
time.
talked about pricing, they haven't talked about
Bad.
platforms, but it's supposed to be coming out next year. You can
Bad.
drive, you can whatever. It has all these different elements, and I'm just like,
Bad.
I don't know if this is gonna work. Y'all, like, I don't know that I can remember any game ever that has promised to be so many things that's supposed to be launching in a year or less that came out
Star Citizen
and was great.
happening again?
Isn't that Star Citizen?
And they
No,
have
hey,
Yo, seriously.
I haven't
Star
played Star
Citizen,
Citizen, but supposedly their shit is good.
No Man's Sky 1.0.
Oh my
when
god,
that
No
first
Man's
came out.
Sky was
Maury said Cyberpunk. He's absolutely
Yeah,
right.
Cyberpunk.
yeah. Anthem,
That
no
Sony
good
jank,
games.
I just
that's
think the name is pretentious everywhere. Like such a pretentious name for a game.
that's terrible SEO
It's
too.
Oh my! Can you imagine
pursuit.
trying to Google this game? Oh my!
Like everywhere. You have to put everywhere game. Everywhere
Mm,
game. Like that's the only way that you'll get your results.
everywhere. That's so pretentious. That
It
sounds
is.
like a band, like one of those like early 2000s bands. Like
Yeah, it
Facts.
does.
It sounds like what's that Sony thing that came out that you can make games? Dreams.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
James, yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought I was gonna be doing that.
But they underestimate how lazy people are. Like especially gamers. Like they think like, "Oh yeah, we'll just build a whole forge mode for everybody and that's the game." And people are like you buy it and they're waiting for other people to it's like everybody's waiting for everybody else to build the shit so they can play, but nobody's building anything.
Damn.
Nah, man.
So
All
Oh,
you gotta do is
interesting.
introduce some kind of contest where somebody wins some money. Changes everything.
exactly. Yeah, like honestly they should have cuz a lot of people were saying like, "Yo, like y'all should like reinvest into those creators and like kind of be like mini publishers in a way or Sony becomes like a publisher and then you can have like
Like a
little
sub publisher.
devs. Yeah, you can have like little devs that you just like reinvest and you give them some sort of stipend to keep them like creating on the platform because it's like
They just wanted
that's
these people to do free work.
yeah, exactly. And it's like, dog, like y'all gotta pay up. Like people would do
Facts.
that in a heartbeat. I mean, people do these mods and stuff for free. Like people are like they got a shit ton of mods already for the Spider-Man on PC.
Yo, I was
I
seeing that.
mean,
And the
Yeah.
same thing with what's that kung fu game? Seafood.
Sifu.
Sifu, yeah,
Seafood.
Yeah, it's a ton of mods on Seafood.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because people, that's what I'm saying. Like people do that shit for free, but like if you lock it on a platform, and the other thing is that they're thinking that they might release Dreams on PC, and then I think that'll have its own like ecosystem too.
Hell yeah.
So, but yeah, this giant, I don't know. I'm always worried. I have PTSD of these games saying that they're doing all this stuff because that means they're unfocused and the shit's just gonna be all over the place.
It's gonna
So
be
yeah.
Free Guy. That game has to be terrible. But Free Guy, that game seemed terrible, right? Like I wasn't the only one who thought that game was like terrible.
It was GTA Online.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but it was like I don't know. I can't see how that game would ever be the best game or whatever. Like I get it. They used a lot of Fortnite like game mechanics, so to kind of like make it seem like Fortnite or whatever, like but and to like give it more of a realistic like this could possibly be the game everybody's playing, but that game seemed terrible.
It seemed exactly like Grand Theft to me. Like I mean,
they
I
had the gliders and they had all the like it was very Fortnite-y. They just didn't build forts. That was like the only thing they didn't do to me.
Which game are you talking about?
That's the movie Free Guy.
Oh,
where
Free
can
Guy.
you run a heist in Fortnite?
That's true. You
and
can't
just shoot random people.
Well, you are shooting random people in Fortnite.
I mean, you're shooting other people in the arena, but you can't like run around the map. See, I mean, you know what I'm saying, like in an open world.
Well, I've never played GTA Online, so maybe that's where my disconnect is. But like the aesthetic was Fortnite to me. That's what I felt like. I was like, when they was gliding on a glider down the whatever and just doing stupid stuff, or
they combined elements. They combined elements of Fortnite
for sure,
GTA.
100%. Dune, they're releasing a Dune survival MMO. They had me at survival, lost me at MMO. But I will stop.
You lost me at both of those, James.
So if they had done MMO Survivor, would you have been okay? Would you be like, oh no, lost me, but now y'all have me?
You lost me at all of those. All of those are just like nope and nope.
What? Oh man, survival games are fun, or maybe it's
good.
like it looks great. MMO is too much work.
I like MMOs to a degree. I like to pop into them if I have like a good group of people playing it. I think they're fun, but I would never do one by myself. But if I had like a couple friends that played it, I would jump on. But I just don't imagine that there's much you can do in the Dune world. There's not much that they do in the Dune world. Like so the survival is a very accurate. That's a very good direction to head in.
That's exactly what they do.
That's all they do, but that's a very boring thing. Like survival's not exciting at all.
I know
like,
you're doing chores.
It's chores. It is. You are. You're like, oh, I gotta collect this. I gotta get this. I gotta go grab that. Like, because if I don't, I'm gonna starve. I'm gonna die of dehydration. The only part that's exhilarating is running from the giant worm. The rest of Dune is sand.
Maybe you do a lot of that.
It's called Dune. It's sand. So it's just running from giant worms and gathering food.
I mean, I like survival games. I feel you on Dune. I'm not sure how they're gonna make this into a game, and the little trailer was nothing. There was just a view of the worm, and that's kind of it. So I don't know what they're gonna do here. But survival games in general, I are fun. Not MMOs, but or maybe it's the ADHD. It's like I get like it's all these little things that I have to do, and I can keep switching, and it's like great. Like I there's a game that just
right.
Oh no, that was terrible. I mean, yes, I played it, but no, it was bad.
That's a survival game, though, right?
Maybe.
Survival exploration, more of an exploration
you gotta like
game.
it's more of exploration. I would definitely say more heavy on exploration.
I started it and I was like, I'm gonna freeze to death already. I just got here.
Freeze to
death. They're like, yeah, find these stuff or you're dead. I'm like, I just got here.
I could not do like what happened. It was just boring. It was just hella boring, and there was no explanation for anything that was going on. I was like, I can't.
Yeah,
human race, get ready. That is literally space exploration. They captured it perfectly.
It was very realistic,
super boring,
and I hated it. But
there's
like
mostly nothing out there. That's just by definition of space. There's mostly nothing out there.
That's true.
It's very boring.
They could have did a better job. Like I can't. Like, what am I supposed to do in this game? You got to make this exciting in some way, or informative.
The only way
And
to
it
make those
was
games exciting is to make the world smaller, and then that defeats the purpose of making a universe. You have to run into things. You have to run into chaotic things, and there's no way they're going to be able to create anything that learns and adapts the way humans do in a way that would interest humans, right? Like they can create some AI that goes out there and does whatever it wants. You're not going to understand it though.
I've played some decent survival games. That was not one of them. That was not one. We'll see.
Were they as large as the universe though? Were they that large?
Nah, hell no.
That's my point. The larger the more the story spreads out,
maybe.
And you like that whole traveling the universe thing is a great concept when you're talking about it, but when you implement it, it's like nobody actually wants to play Star Trek. To go where no one ever gone before, that's not exciting. Like
some people want to watch and not play.
I don't even know if I watch. It's just like I think if they would have explained what stuff was for, and I could have had uses for this stuff that I was collecting. Like there was just no focus. It was like go to this planet and see what you can see, and maybe you'll find something useful. Maybe you won't. But we're not gonna tell you which things are the ones and where you can. It was just like
because it's not driven by any kind of narrative. But if you're not gonna have a narrative, of course you're gonna run into that because there's no narrative. It's space exploration, which is
they gotta keep that.
I said, there's just nothing you can do about that. That's a lose-lose scenario.
Absolutely keep it. What is this? I think we saw this before. This Atlas Fallen game. I think we saw it at another showcase. It looks really familiar. But yeah, it looks pretty cool.
That looks sick. I actually like that one.
When is it? Live service crap.
Oh my gosh. Fingers crossed. Supposed to be seeing that in 2023. It looks fantastic.
It looks good, yeah.
I want to see what
they're doing. Looks good, it's dope.
Atomic Heart? I think I missed that. Let me see. Is that one of the indies or is that one of the
it's like mid.
Ones? It's like mid, yeah. And then Callisto Protocol look like Dead Space.
Yeah. Basically it is Dead Space.
Yeah.
Dead Space. It's the talk sequel to Dead Space 2. We're not gonna talk about Dead Space 3.
Damn.
Yo, so how are y'all feeling about Gotham Knights?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, okay, they finally kind of expand upon this they kind of went more into detail, like showing, okay, so it's just them four defending Gotham now and all the I'm still interested.
It feels like Avengers to me. Like it's like I get it, but it's like the more those games become more arcadey, the less I like it, right? Like the first Arkham Asylum game, right? Like the cool part was like being Batman, doing all of the like Batman-y things, but they're not really doing that kind of stuff anymore. It's like they're now like everything's about combos and about like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you look at the gameplay, it's all about like it becomes less grounded of a game. Like these characters it's not necessarily grounded, and it's not grounded because you have 3 characters which are all skins, right? Basically. And so they all have to have similar mechanics, or 4 characters, I'm sorry. They have to all have similar mechanics in order for the game like to be, I guess.
I mean, it still has the same mechanics of the Arkham Knight, Arkham Asylum series, where you can go into pretty much not stealth mode, but detective mode. You still do like the stealth takedowns and I mean combos has always been there. Like I feel like the whole combo system's always been there in every Arkham game.
They gotten more and more arcadey as the games went on. That's my point. And so this is like even more
Arkham Knight, it was still, I think, but it was still consistent across the board. Even Arkham Knight, like, I mean, those points helped you rank up your.
No, I get it. No, I'm not. What I'm saying is that this, to me, is a worse version than what was previously what it was previously before. Like these characters are different and they deserve different, like a different game for like the differences that they have. Like Red Hood doesn't even fit in my opinion in this game, right? Red Hood is they just threw him in there to have like the edgy kind of like whatever, like they're just covering their base. But like Red Hood doesn't really fit. Nightwing does. I mean, he's pretty much in all of the other ones except for Asylum.
I mean, who else you gonna put in besides Red Hood?
I mean, I don't
Blue
know.
Hood.
You could put in
Blue Hood. I'm done with you.
but she's kind of like Red Hood too, so she's less Huntress, but she's less Red Hoodie than Red Hood is.
I don't think. Maybe
I'm so hood.
We done.
Wow.
But yeah, so I don't know. I just feel like it's not gonna be as good
It's gonna
as
be DC Avengers, basically.
yeah, it's DC Avengers. That's what I'm feeling. That's the vibe I'm getting. I'm not.
I'll still play it. I'll still play it, and then I'll let y'all know.
Yeah, I believe you, and I hope you enjoy it.
Jump on the grenade for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It's looking better, but at the same time, like you said, like it is giving off the Avengers vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
Realizing I have been muted this whole time, we'll co-op it, Beast.
This man.
Yeah, we'll watch both of y'all.
Yeah. Stream it.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. I'm not sure if we talked about this.
So what else?
What's new games coming out? We got the new Call of Duty as well.
But they didn't show anything at Gamescom.
Yeah, that is.
I know they didn't show anything at Gamescom. But yeah.
Yeah, God of War.
God of War. That's to
I pre-ordered my collector's edition.
Forspoken
God of
looks
War?
good. It's just not my type of game.
Definitely looking forward to it.
I still don't watch the trailer for that yet.
What does it have? That collector's edition that you want?
Has the Thor's hammer, a dice set,
near
some art, and the game, and some other stuff I can't think of right now.
I don't want the axe. If they're not gonna give me the cool axe, I don't want Thor's hammer. If you look at like how Thor's hammer looks like historically,
I think the axe came with God of War.
Oh well, that's what I want. I don't want the stupid hammer. I think it's stupid. It looks like a paperweight.
Wow.
Like it looks more like a paperweight than a hammer.
Hate on 100,000 trillion.
It would be tight if they give you the Blades of Chaos.
That would be fire.
I think they did that in the original God of War, like collector's edition. They gave you Blades of Chaos, but you can go to like a con. You go to a con and get like the real size ones that are on a like made out of metal type.
Yeah, some Blade Master out there making.
Yeah. But we'll see about those. But there was some cool stuff at Gamescom that that's gonna drop. Like Dead Island 2, I may actually get that one.
What's that about?
It's basically if you never played Dead Island was when you're on this resort and then the zombie outbreak happens and you gotta like try to escape.
What was that song?
He
said nah. He's like
nah.
Nope.
Say, if you never played that out, no. Look at the name of that game. You know I never played that.
Yeah, I mean you lost me at Dead. Anything with the title.
It's like Left 4 Dead, but with more.
No, they're dead.
Yeah.
Never. I don't like nothing with dead in the title.
Keep that.
Like it's more story. It's like instead of you going on a mission, like going on a mission and like stopping, loading into another mission, it's continuous. Like you doing objectives to
There's
get
a lot
to
of
the end
crafting.
story. Yeah,
crafting
crafting and building stuff. And
it's kind of like a first person.
It's like Skyrim.
What's that? What was that joint that Capcom did? That zombie game that they did. Dead Rising.
Dead Rising, yeah.
Kind of like a first person Dead Rising.
Yeah.
Keep all that.
Uh,
Yeah, nah, y'all got it.
That's your Christmas present.
yep.
Rip.
I'm excited
Hey,
for it.
make sure you put the receipt in there for no apparent reason.
It's gonna be digital.
It's going
Gift receipt.
Yo, facts.
Wow.
They had this joint called Scars Above that looked kind of interesting. It's like a action adventure joint in space. I mean, those are all words that I like, so
Sure.
I'm
So
interested in
that's No
seeing
Man's
more.
Sky, and then you want to just
Nah,
Oh,
that's
that
different. That's
yeah.
different. Hey, Halo is
That
in
game,
space and it's not No Man's Sky.
Halo's
true.
played. Halo's not in space. There are things in space that you're on, but I mean that's pretty much what we're doing now. Halo's on some kind of planet somewhere. There's no
So is No
space.
Man's Sky. You got to get down on that planet to collect whatever the fuck you're collecting that
Yeah,
they
so
don't, specify.
you're actively
Yeah,
traveling from
rocks.
planet to planet. Yeah, you collect rocks and you shoot them with laser beams. That's it. Shoot them with laser beam, collect them rocks.
Yeah,
There's
And
also that game Scathe.
try not
fucking
to
outer
freeze.
But like,
space
Oh
miner. Keep
yes.
that.
Gabe.
Yeah, that sounds like some shit y'all play. Nope.
it's co-op too.
Absolutely.
Nah, it sounds stupid.
Wow.
Oh, y'all might also like this Phantom Hellcat, or Crescent. You might like this. It's a near inspired action joint. That happens like in a cursed theater, some shit. That might be for you right there.
What was that game where it was like you hunting vampires?
Blood something. That's just a guess.
It's not blood. It's not
Redfall?
It's Redfall. That's it.
Yeah.
Redfall.
Did they show? I don't think they showed.
I don't think they showed Redfall, but I
Nah.
remember they showed it at not E3, but whatever.
Summer Games Fest, maybe.
Yeah,
Summer Games Fest.
Yeah.
What else? The Expanse. Telltale is making a game based on The Expanse. I haven't seen that series, but I mean,
Good
I played
series.
the. Is it okay?
It's
And
a
I played
good
their
series.
Batman game, and it was pretty nice. I tried.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna play it, but you know, it's all good.
I can't do
Check it
those
out.
long story games anymore.
What you?
Lies of P. That's like the next big
Oh yeah,
Soulsborne type game.
Keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel you. Like I like looking at it. Like the set pieces are really cool. I like the
Yes.
setting, but playing it, I have no interest in actually
It
playing.
looked cool.
It looks really cool. That's what makes me so mad about these games because they all look really cool, but you
That's how
play
Elden
them
Ring
and it's
got me.
just like, yeah,
Oh.
I could have told you that. I
Yeah,
told
we
you that.
told you that.
I
told
I was like, you know what? I've never played one of these, and like when the first joint dropped, when Dark Souls dropped on like the PlayStation 3, I was like, yo, this joint looks so fire, and everybody was raving, and I was like, you know what? I never did this. I should try it at least once. I played, y'all. I might have played 10 hours of that game. I have not touched it since.
I don't blame you.
Yeah,
And I just be
that
looking
sounds
at
a
like
personal problem.
it's still installed. I just be scrolling past it. Go to Halo, go to Rocket League. It's like,
playing
man,
Halo. Wow.
is today gonna be the day? No, it never is.
Elden Ring?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish the multiplayer
there's so
system was
much-
better.
Oh, I wish it was so much better. There's so much left there to do.
Y'all tried to
But,
get me to play it. I was like, nope,
I
I ain't
just-
falling for it.
I haven't had a desire for pain lately.
He's been playing the Rocket. That's what he's been playing. That's the only pain he
The
can
rock is my
tolerate.
pain. That's the bit of it.
True
Most
shit.
times I destroy the lobbies. And then there are times where the lobby destroys
Like tonight, he did not.
me.
Nah. The last joint that I saw that looked kind of interesting was Word Song, and they didn't say a lot about it, except that it's like an open world RPG. It's from former Bethesda and Obsidian alumni who worked on a lot of games that I liked. Dragon Age Inquisition, Skyrim, The Outer Worlds. And I guess there's also people or a person from New Vegas, which like that was before I started playing Fallout. But you know, I know that's one of the titles that people really, really fuck with from the Fallout series. So I'm excited to see what they do with that.
I can't wait for Evil West.
Here you go. Evil West.
It got delayed.
It
Oh, it
did.
did.
Yeah.
They showed extended gameplay, but well, that was from a while back, I guess.
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks.
There's this new joint called Wulong, which is being made by Team Ninja. These are
Oh
people that
yeah,
are behind uh Ninja Gaiden, Neo, shit like that.
yeah.
So it looks like this joint is gonna be a mix between Neo and Ninja Gaiden. Like they've taken, I think it's as fast, it looks as fast paced as Ninja Gaiden, and they have systems in place like Neo. So they're kind of taking the best of both worlds and kind of making that. I just wish they would just make another Ninja Gaiden, but um, hopefully this is like a bridge to that point. But
You
we'll
also
see.
got that game where winds meet. I mean, it says like Ghost of Tsushima. So I was like, oh, it
Interesting.
looked like a Ghost of Tsushima type game.
Mm,
So,
yep.
but it takes place in medieval China. So I'm like, okay, that seems interesting to me.
Yeah. So I think overall, like Gamescom was really cool. Just depends on like what you're looking for. If you're looking for the typical AAA, blockbuster type
Yeah.
game, you'd probably be disappointed because it wasn't a whole lot. Because a lot of it, I think, is being saved for Game Awards in December. Um, but it gave a lot of shine to some of these smaller games, some of these AA mid tiered, and also indie titles to kind of see what's on the horizon. Like I always say, like give these indies a chance. It really they're trying a bunch of different stuff. Like if you're tired of like this same old AAA shit, battle royale, live service crap, like give these indies a try, man. Like it's really fun. If you just love like playing like fun games, like I definitely keep an eye out for these indie games. So yeah.
Yeah.
And they did have a like a little indies showcase. Like they gave them their own little slot, and there was a lot of good looking games in there. Shit that would be really good, like on cloud gaming or on the Steam Deck. Like I'm definitely gonna be. Oh shit! Speaking of Steam Deck, I got my email today, so I paid for that
Oh
joint.
shit.
And we gonna
It's
see
about
when they
time.
can ship. Nigga, I'm saying. We
Prepare
gonna
for your
see.
life to be drastically changed.
Absolutely.
For the worst. No, I'm joking.
Shit,
Oh,
maybe.
This man over here. Yeah, I know it's for the worst because you ain't gonna get nothing done.
Facts.
So I
So,
mean, he gonna be
nah, you
having
ain't
meetings and
that's not
shit
what
playing
you
the
meant.
Steam Deck. They be like, "Swab, so what do you think of this? Huh?
Sounds great.
Sounds
Love
great.
everything about it.
Let me circle back to you on that.
Facts.
Like, okay, I was like, okay, I guess we're gonna cut everybody's
let's
wages
put a
by
pin in
Like
it.
20%. like, oh
Moving-
shit.
We're
That's
moving
not
our
what I
whole
meant.
code base into COBOL.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
Ooh boy,
Yo.
Yeah,
we're
Facts.
gonna
Hey,
take on this Cobalt contract.
no problem. Let me get $100,000 raise real quick.
that's all. You gonna
That's
hate your
a
life.
fact. Oh my, that's all. I mean, hey, I only gotta survive for a little while, and I can leave and be like, hey, I wrote this COBOL. Okay, write my own ticket now.
Terrible.
But
Yeah. Cool. The bank will probably give you 200 stacks easy if you COBOL developer
oh
because
my
they're
god,
stuck.
what? Let me learn COBOL right
Yeah, a
now.
lot of these governments still, a lot of their systems are still
They're trying to transition now because they took so long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
and
it's
all
gonna
the
be a
people
little
that
tough running
coded in
COBOL
COBOL
on
started
cloud.
dying.
Facts. Rip.
Anyway,
So, that's it for headlines. So we're gonna move on to the topic of the week real quick. Where, hey, 343 is still, a year. Oh, well, almost a year. Coming up on a
So
year out. still failing us.
What is I don't understand. All right, so today they released the roadmap for season 2 and 3. Um, the roadmap included, at least for season 2, or is it 3 and 4? I can't keep up because
No,
are
it's
we
the
on we're on
winch.
season 2 right
We're in
now?
2.
Yeah, we're in 2.
Okay,
So it's
so
like for the
season.
end of 2 and then season 3.
Okay, got you. So yeah, so Forge mode is going to be releasing November 8th.
Exciting.
They're doing
Not really.
online co-op. And then on top of that, not only are they doing finally implementing online co-op, they are uh canceling local co-op split
What the
screen.
fuck you mean?
Oh my
Yep.
goodness. Well,
They
Cancel. Like, what's the
How are
point of
cancel.
you
removing it? What
like
good is
that's
that?
It's just like they probably were just like, you know what? It's not even worth the resources at this point.
But just leave it. Like, you can make it just rot on the vine. That's better than cancel. I don't understand cancel. Like, why?
I think
Like, okay,
PR wise,
we're not gonna do a lot with it,
yeah.
but
I
like
don't.
to
It's like
remove it
pick your
is that's
poison
another
in that.
level.
It's like pick your poison in that sense. Like PR wise, it's bad. It's going to look bad because you're canceling a feature that they promised. Uh, it's bad if you leave it in if and it's half baked and it barely works. So it's like which one, choose your poison
Oh, I know
in that
which
sense.
poison. Like, leave it. That's a
he
no-brainer.
said poison. 100%. Yeah.
Just leave it.
So yeah, so that's like so Forge is like the big focus
Is
for
that
this
what people
next
are
one.
really waiting for? Is Forge? That's gonna make their
Well,
experience
so
amazing.
the thing about that is, it's going to open up, folks to because again they want us to start do their job and make maps and do all of that. So, but the thing that kind of gave me Halo 5 PTSD is these next 2 maps that they're releasing was built in Forge. So they're doing what they did all of Halo 5, which was saying, "Hey, our Forge mode is so cool that we're just going to use this to create all of our new maps going forward." And so that's how all of the maps look the same
Mhm.
on Halo 5. Like none of them, I mean, you had a couple that stood out, but everything kind of blended together. You all had that, lack of like texture,
Uniqueness.
detail. Yeah, it was just it lacks so much. And then the other part of that is that they remixed the original one. So like the ones that weren't made uh in Forge, they just remixed them and re-released them as like another map. So I'm like they're kind of going down that same path again. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, um so those are like that's pretty much it. That's coming out in November. 2 maps that are just Forge
I
templates basically. Forge and then online co-op.
Disappointing.
After all this time, like
and
we
a
can't
30
get
tier battle
4
pass.
maps?
Don't forget that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I
A
just glossed over
free
that shit.
30 tier battle pass. There you go. You ain't even got to pay
Glossed
for
over
this
that.
one.
Yes, let's just keep giving you all this junk that doesn't matter.
Facts.
It's just ridiculous, man. I
They fell off.
I don't know, man. It's
it's
such a
343. They were never on.
pretty much. I mean, they've gotten so many chances. They've dropped the ball. I mean, I would say the only thing they didn't drop the ball for real on was 4. It was just a different flavor, but 4 was a complete game. Like there was no lag in the features that they presented. And this was on a 360 too. That's the other thing. I was like, if y'all could have we have all this horsepower now. Um And y'all still like are leaving out features that Halo 1 had from day one, you know? Um,
Hmm.
it's crazy. I don't know what else needs to happen, but like is this like this is a question for everybody. Is this good enough to get you all back into that infinite regular rotation again?
No.
Hell
No.
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 No. You said that
No.
so quick. No
Man, like
hesitation.
I paid for that battle pass, I think day one,
Yeah, me too.
and I played like 2 games, and I'm like, I can't do it to myself, and stopped. I might have gotten 5 games since then. Like and it was only out of like I need to justify the fact that I spent $10 for this crap. Like,
Mm. I got through season 1.
yeah, I got through season 1. I'm nowhere near. Like I said, maybe I might have hit double digits in games played this battle pass.
Yeah, no, I got like
Complete
maybe
trash.
season 2. Season 2, I'm like maybe 30 or 40, maybe.
Yeah, I might be in the 40
Yeah.
realm.
They better invest in this Game Pass because Halo will not continue to be an anchor title. They keep doing this foolishness.
Nah,
Yeah.
not at all. Random question. Do y'all think if Halo was like a smash hit, um like it's just I mean it was a hit when it first like the first 3 months, I think it was people were like, yo, this shit's tight. And
Because
then
it
you
came
know
out
like
of nowhere. That's why.
yeah,
It was a surprise release. Oh, it's here already?
yeah. But like they literally blew their load like so early and they had nothing for a long time. Still have nothing. I mean, we had like 2 maps in the last like 6 months or something like that. I mean,
Something like that.
it's
Was it 2?
crazy. I just want map. Yeah,
I think we
I
just
just
got
want
1. Oh,
maps.
well.
Yeah, it was a big team
Okay, I was about to say,
map.
yeah.
Yeah.
Got that arena map that I kind of hate,
Yeah.
and then big team map.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I really like. That's really all I need is just new maps. Like that's all. And it just seems like I don't know why it's taking so long. Um do y'all think it's like what do you all think? Like why do y'all think it's taking so long just to get new maps? Is it their pipeline is just like
I think
broken?
I feel like they rewrote it like a couple times, right? So I still don't think they sorted out their stack yet. Like
Yeah.
their tool chain is probably discombobulated.
Yeah.
Nothing else really makes sense. Like you've had so much time. Like that should
Facts.
be in place.
Mm.
Plus, I mean, like, did you really have to rewrite an engine? Like, wouldn't you take the core of what you had with 5 and maybe change some mechanics around? But probably not. They rewrote everything, right? So it's probably part of
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah, I think they tried with the original Halo 5 engine uh and then the scale in which they wanted to do infinite, they want to do an open world, all of that nonsense. And I just don't think that that engine held up. And apparently they tried Unreal as well. And
They didn't
that
try
didn't go
hard
well.
enough.
Yeah. So
Can't tell me
yeah, it
the
has
real
it
engine was going to work for you.
I think it has to be that because even we have problems running like custom games. Like the settings don't stick.
Yep.
Um, you
People don't
know,
always get in.
yeah, it's just
True.
honestly, like, do y'all think like they should have just been like, look at Fortnite. I mean, that Fortnite's been in beta for like 4 years. You think if they would just been like Halo Infinite beta, that it'd have been
People would care.
more tolerable, I guess you could say.
No, because
No.
Fortnite's a brand new IP. Um,
Halo's been
People
around
already
for
know what to
years.
expect that they want from Halo. You can't be like, oh, yeah, we know it's trash. It's in beta. We said that, right? Nah, that ain't gonna fly. You're hot
So
garbage. Get your life together.
if we're talking about longevity, right? We're not talking about making a splash and getting everybody to do whatnot. Halo can benefit from what a lot of like movie sequels can benefit from is like sticking sticking to what because the people who killed Halo, right, were the Halo players, the community, right, of the older Halo games, right? They just would not get over the 5. So the Infinite, they're shell shocked. They get to Infinite, they try to keep the mechanics simple and similar to the older games, and then they're also trying to do new stuff. And I think, and then they have the mix of trying to make it a multiplayer free game that makes money by selling you these terrible things that they say. Like none of the stuff is worth it, right? So I think the issue was too much, like doing too much. Halo's a simple game. It's never been complicated. The main character speaks 6 times throughout the entire campaign. So like it's not a complex game. It doesn't take a lot. And they just did too much. And so now they have, for me, it's not much different because like, I mean, I play ever since they stopped split screen campaign, I've played Halo only, socially. I don't play the game by myself. I play when y'all are playing or when some like one of y'all is playing if I'm playing Halo, most likely, or my family, right? So it's to my opinion, they did this thing where they tried to revamp it and also keep it the same. It's like you just all you really had to do was just update the graphics, keep the gameplay exactly the same as whichever one's the most popular one of the older ones, right? Obviously, we can't have Halo 5, even though I feel like that's a tragedy, right? But whatever was the most popular version, right, that the fan community was on, gameplay like that, new maps, new graphics, a couple new guns every once in now and then, people will be fine, right? Like there's really. It's like the Star Wars trilogy. It's like you didn't have to do like if you went too far. You went too far. You did too much, and you could have just did a little bit, and nobody would have said anything. But you just like had to
went off the rails.
Yeah, you had to experiment, and they're trying to make money in this new world. But Halo's not that game. Get another game to do that.
Yeah.
Or you're buying franchises.
Yeah.
Buy a franchise that does that. And
I mean, you're literally buying a franchise that does that in Call of Duty and Warzone.
Right, like you don't need
Not every big
Halo to do that.
multiplayer AAA game needs to be a fucking live service. Like
100%.
that's
the armor core thing is so lame. Like it's just so and it's so the game the battle pass is so like it really makes the game boring, right? Because like I can't look cool unless I play this game for 50 hours. It's like I work 40 hours a week. I'm not trying to do nothing else for that many hours. Like
exactly.
Like just unlock the color wheel. Like it's not. I feel like it shouldn't be that hard. Like okay, if you want to make some exclusive
you gotta
stuff,
earn them colors.
You want to, you know.
You gotta chip the paint off of other Spartans with bullets and collect it.
Scrap.
Why I always have to have chip paint? I want my shit to be glossy, baby.
Hey, you gotta unlock them textures, Carl.
You gotta earn that, man. You gotta shoot the gloss off of other Spartans and collect it in pouches. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's I really wanted like an updated version of 5, and that's we didn't get that at all.
This is like,
and I'm upset about
this is
it.
like Madden. That's a good example. It's like Madden, right? It's like it really should only be one Halo game that constantly gets updated, right? Don't keep trying to give me these newer games and these ideas.
That's what they're trying to do with this one now. Like this one,
yeah,
they're trying to make it. Yeah,
but the problem is this is not the one to do that. You should have did that with the one that's best. You go to the one that's best, whatever that thing is doing, right? Whatever the fan, and you already listened. You already bowed down to the fans and said, "Look, this is what we're doing. What they love, right?" That's why you took the boosters out of there and turned them into these weird, like, let me run over these weapons, right? It's kind of like Reachish, kind of like all the other ones. Like you kind of like already bow down to the fans. Well, then just do the bare minimum Halo stuff. Don't do all this extra stuff. Like it just feels Like
it's
they're trying to
it's
come up with all these
also
new.
ran. It's everything that they're doing is also ran. Like they're not like
No
Halo used to
innovation.
do. Yeah, Halo used to be the where everybody would copy, and then over time, once Call of Duty became more popular, they started trying to
Yeah.
implement a lot of the features that Call of Duty is. So Halo is ever since after Halo 3, um, Halo has always kind of taken we're gonna do that too. You know, we're gonna implement class systems, we're gonna implement loadouts, we're gonna do, all whatever is popular in the FPS
If they do
zeitgeist at the moment,
classes,
you
I
know.
will all the way check out if they do that.
I mean,
A
they had
few
them in
it,
4,
it
but I don't think they bringing it back.
Yeah, I mean they just had I mean classes are basically just like loadouts in a way, but yeah, I mean it's just they're not they're catching on. Like they're kind of like the um the cool kid that used to be cool back in high school and now, he's out in the real world and he's
Like in
trying to
high
stay
school.
relevant. Um, and he's just trying to like they keep up with the trends. So it's like there's losing their identity. Like they have no like there's eh, like they just keep doing things that are half baked. That they try to fit that mold into Halo, and it's just never been a smooth process. So it's like if that's the case, then keep Halo how it was. I mean, keep Halo,
Seriously.
um, just do your own thing. You don't need to, bow down to whatever is going on in the industry at the moment. Like Halo's always been its own thing, and that's what people appreciate about it. They don't want Halo just to become all the other first person shooters on the market, you know.
Right.
Do you remember, or do you think, not remember, but do you think this is, if this is pressure from Xbox, or is this 343 just being 343?
Three four
I
three.
think it's a mix. I think that
Yeah.
um, whenever you're dealing with such a big investment like Halo, you bring in a lot of the suits that are looking at the trends in gaming and saying, "Oh, we need that in there. We need that in there. We need that in there."
Mm,
What's hot right now? Oh, live service. So what? Let's put a battle pass in there. Let's
Hey
do
man,
this.
if you're gonna put a battle pass in there, put cool stuff in the battle pass. One or the other,
Seriously.
man.
That's that's
I'm
irrelevant.
none of the stuff I'm looking at is worth me playing this game for 60 hours.
I
Like
will
I,
That's
say
irrelevant. Though.
they fixed the XP a little bit. So
Yeah.
you don't have to work as hard for stuff if you want it, but it's still not that good.
yeah, I haven't played since last season. Like literally, I think I
Literally.
went to the practice
You haven't
arena
missed
and
a darn
shot
thing.
the pistol up just to make sure my reaction time was about the same. I got the same score, so I was like, okay, it's still pretty much the same. And then I dipped out. Like I haven't
Yeah,
played a game.
Yeah. I mean, I've gone back. I like the thing that's frustrating is that the game is fun. I still love playing it, but the thing that I just it bothers me is that I'm still playing on the same fucking maps. It gets so old so fast. Like I cannot play more than like an hour and a half at a time. And I used to be able to play Halo for like 3-4 hours in a
Yeah.
sitting,
Hours.
I
you
Four
used to
know.
play, I
hours.
used to play all
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Facts.
Oh
But
yeah.
Mhm.
that,
Carl,
Halo 3, I could not put that down.
Carl,
Just
wow,
Carl on Friday we get off work. That's a wrap. That's Halo.
absolutely.
He'd get off early. I hear thumbsticks.
It's Halo time immediately.
Hmm.
You playing
But here's the
Halo?
thing, Lo. Like you had the older games. Granted, yes, it was more maps than now, but I wouldn't be mad playing those maps over and over. So
'Cause
it
yeah,
is that they don't have enough maps. That's true,
but the map
but
designs too.
it's just not as compelling each
Yeah.
map.
Cause remember I mean, just think back to Halo 3, like all of the maps that stood out on Halo 3. I mean, you
Yeah,
had Guardian, You had Epitaph. You had the Pit.
The Pit is the one I remember.
It
That's probably my
was
favorite one.
I mean, you had
yeah.
so
You could
many.
play so many game types on Pit and it'd be fun. Like some maps,
Exactly.
you could only play one game type or it's gonna be lame. Pit was very versatile.
Yo, and you remember like when you would get the map packs, like when they would come out, that shit was
That was
like
an event.
it was like Christmas. Like
Absolutely.
I still remember the orbital map pack where they
And they
had
had good names.
yeah, legendary, mythic.
Legend. Yeah.
I mean, like all that magic is
But
just
that's
not
all
there
Bungie.
anymore.
That's all
Yeah.
Bungie.
It's
Never 343.
But to be fair, Bungie hasn't made anything that great either since they divorced from Microsoft. It seems like they
well,
both went on to get with worse partners.
I mean,
Mhm.
you could argue. I mean, Destiny, what you think about it. I mean, it is a successful
Okay,
franchise.
Yeah,
Super
It's a
that's
popular.
very
true.
successful franchise. So, I mean, they may have
shocking.
not converted, us into it, but
That's true.
they found their audience and they're they're firing on all cylinders. I mean, they had
Yeah,
that new preview for
DLC
the
coming out.
yeah, I mean, that
Yeah,
shit looks tight. I'm like, yo,
I'm not gonna lie. The raids look a lot more enticing to play, and so I was thinking
yeah.
about getting back into it. But I'm
Jumping
like,
back in.
no, I don't have time.
Facts.
Yeah, I look at it, I'm like, oh man, it looks cool. Then I remember what Destiny is. I'm like, ah, nah.
Keep
The
it.
only time I played,
Fucking
only
keep
time
it.
we did raids were like we scheduled raids like at 10 p.m. and we'll go to like 4 or 5 trying to get it, trying to finish it
God
to
damn.
to get one weapon
God.
that
Yeah,
you don't always get.
Yeah, busy work, man.
can't do that.
That's not respectful of your time. But
Nah.
that's like my cousin, um, that's literally all he plays is Destiny. That's all he plays. Every time I log on the PlayStation, I just look at my friend list and I see this nigga Destiny 2, Destiny 2.
Me and my
I'm
sister
like,
I mean,
talked
that's how you
about
gotta
God.
play it. If it's an
Yeah,
MMO.
and honestly, that's what they expect of like players. That's really what it is. It's made for people like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I respect it, but like,
I don't.
Can't
damn,
do it.
that's a lot of Destiny.
Yeah. All right.
So
Anything else
yeah.
for Halo?
Sucking. Stop sucking.
343, man.
Any hope that they're
343.
gonna improve?
Zero hope.
All right now.
I
No,
Zero
mean,
hope.
the thing about
It's
it
been a
is like
decade, dude. It's
the
been
thing
a
about
decade.
it, like I was I don't know. I'm torn because I was very patient. Y'all know me. I was very patient with MTC.
Okay, so
Very patient.
you're gonna do that again?
I don't know if I can. Like, I mean,
No,
I don't know. Like
You're
it
much
that's
older now,
completely
Chris.
different.
You're much
That's
older.
completely different. Like they didn't have to come up with the concept. It's like all the Master Chiefs in one disc. It was just broken. They just had to work through the bugs. If
yeah.
you think about it, there was no creativity. Years down the road, there was some creativity. Maybe okay, we'd do some visual enhancements. Uh, you know,
Add a new content.
new content. Maybe
Shit, they
new
added more maps in
playlists.
MCC than fucking Infinite.
Yeah, that's because they're stupid. But the point is, they didn't require any creativity. It's just, hey, let's just get
yeah.
this code to build.
Technical challenge more so than
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they weren't designing a game really. So like
Yeah.
that's why to me that's not apples to apples.
I feel
Like
you.
But I mean, what it represents though is that
they know
343
technically what to do,
is
but they don't know creativity. I can't speak creatively what to do. They could
yeah.
program, but they don't know how to
Yeah,
Design a game.
that's the frustrating thing. Like it like all of the I never like I'll say out of all of them, I mean 4 was like the least inspiring, but technically it worked. I mean, it felt like a Halo game, but it just lacked just some Halo
Personality.
spice. Yeah, it
There's no
just lacked
heart. It was like
Yeah, it was
Flat.
very like also ran.
Oh shit.
Womp
So
womp.
we'll see, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I think they have a blank check. So I mean, Microsoft is just gonna just wait. I guess they're just looking at other previous titles like Rainbow Six, how it took them forever to get that shit in order.
Oh, Rainbow
True.
Six Siege.
Final Fantasy
Was it
14.
the same thing or
True.
was it technical challenges? Was the creativity?
Rainbow Six was more so, I think, content,
Yeah.
technical. It was kind of a mix. It was kind of a
Yeah,
little
it was
bit of
like an
everything.
overhaul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And the same thing with 14. They had to relaunch
yeah,
that whole game.
exactly.
So
Oh, they did, didn't they?
So I think like it's if you look at all the headlines, all like your famous like gaming press and
yeah.
YouTubers and all that, like everybody's like, "Oh, Halo's dead," and it's like, nah, not really. I
Yeah.
think it's just gonna be in this like meh state for a while until they
Did they
get that
get
shit.
better?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you got Modern Warfare 2 coming out, and so that's just gonna like
That's gonna kill
eat.
more of a fan base.
Yeah, I mean, Battlefield 2042, they're revamping that as
I don't know
well.
how that is still alive.
I
But it
think
is. They got a new season coming out.
once they put that shit on Game Pass, I'm telling you, that's all they need to do. I think it'll get a lot of people back in the Battlefield. It'll get me back in there. Like
I can see that.
I wanna play it. But
It is
just not
crossplay,
paying
so.
for it.
Yeah, I'm not willing to pay to play a broken game. Keep that.
Well, I pay for it.
Hey, that's because you weren't
Thanks for
expecting it to be broken. And that was very, positive thinking of you.
You funded the second round of development.
Like shit.
We done.
So hopefully they'll make it better. We'll see.
Let's
All
hope
right.
Exactly.
So let's talk about what's good real quick. Take this off. So we're doing like your top 10 from the summer. I can go first real quick because I mean I don't know where all the time went, but I didn't watch or play much of nothing.
No, you need to go next.
You need facts. So for me, my top is this 10? I think this is 10. Was Severance. That's a series on Apple TV. And it was like that thing was nuts. It's like a sci-fi kinda. And so it's like these people go to work and they have their like work persona and home persona like surgically separated.
Oh, that one. Okay, I remember that one. Yeah.
And so it's like the one on the inside has no idea what's going on. On the outside, the one on the outside has no idea what they do on the inside.
It's like it's like to help keep like the secrets and like it's literally keeping work separate from your life outside of work and your life outside of work from work.
And they all live like in this company town. They don't call it that, but it's like the company owns the houses that most of these people live in, stuff like that. It's wild.
Wild. Umbrella Corporation.
Well, never mind. I'm thinking of.
It sounds like Resident Evil to me.
Yeah. I was thinking when you said that, I was thinking Umbrella Academy, and I was like, I haven't seen that, but no, I feel what you're saying. Yeah. Foundation, that was also on Apple TV. That's like a sci-fi joint. No. I watched the first season over the summer.
Come on, man.
The way he got excited again.
Yo, he was ready. No, that thing was fantastic.
No way.
The visuals. Oh my
gosh.
That thing was too fire.
You made me feel like you got me all the way up for a second, man.
Yeah, I wish season 2 was out. I would be watching that thing right now.
It was leaning back like Fat Joe.
Facts. Classroom of the Elite on Crunchyroll. I'm watching that. That thing is crazy. Highly recommend. Licorice Recoil, also very good. That's the one JD was talking about earlier. It's kind of like John Wick or whatever, but it's these Japanese schoolgirls. It's wild. I was watching Hacks on HBO Max. It's like it's a comedy, and so it's like this older comedy writer who had a residency in Vegas she has to like hire a ghostwriter to help her with her material or whatever, and they don't get along that good.
Yeah.
And you know how it goes. Hijinks ensue. Citizen Sleeper is on Game Pass. It's a turn-based game. You live on this space station and you have like, you know, a limited amount of moves, and it's like you get these dice rolls where, you know, it determines like how well you might do at a given action. The story is great. The character design is fantastic. There's a lot of good, and if you like Severance, you'll probably like this joint because there's a similar concept in it that they work through and talk about a lot. So that joint is I just finished playing through that a second time because there was some decisions that you make that will take you like kind of to the end of the game, and it doesn't really warn you that it's like the end of the game all the time. It's just like you follow this storyline all the way through, and there's like some end. So I just finished playing a second time to get a look at some more of the options. But it was, I mean, really, really good, really well done. The Last Kingdom, I watched that on Netflix. That's a Vikings show. But it was like
Good one.
action packed from start to finish. It was ridiculous. Lost in Space on Netflix.
Great show.
That thing was, oh my gosh, great.
My
I watched
wife watched that.
Unfortunately,
I
I
never
died
got
too
into it.
soon. But yeah,
You said what?
I said unfortunately it got canceled too soon. But yeah.
Oh, Lost in Space got canceled?
Mm-hmm.
After the third season.
Rip.
They canceled like all the space shows they had going.
Why? Why are we canceling the spaceship?
Well, it kind of ended though. Like,
I mean, that's true. That's true.
Lost in Space kind of ended. Like that last season was kind of an ending. So
I mean,
whether it got renewed or not, it kind of was fine, so to speak. But
See.
I digress. But they canceled Space Force. That's what it did. So.
Yep.
I watched. Was that over the summer? The Man Who Fell to Earth.
Yes.
That might have been over the summer.
Yes.
That thing was
That's baller.
fire.
That was.
I can't wait for that to come back.
Sci-fi, and black sci-fi, basically. Even though it wasn't the original movie.
I don't know. It was derivative.
Yeah, so like it was David Bowie was in the original The Man That Fell to Earth. And it was, I haven't watched it, but same time, still a great show. I wonder if it's a continuation though. That'd be
What you mean?
Like,
Oh, like if this one on Showtime is a continuation from the old one?
Yeah, since
I could see that. The guy,
because the old man.
Yeah,
sort of. So if you haven't watched it, I like we say, watch it. Anyway.
Absolutely. I think it's great. I finally watched Arcane, which was like so well done. There was I liked it. Yeah, but I feel like there was a lot of points where I was like, can't y'all niggas just have a conversation and we can avoid this situation? Like, what the fuck?
That's not how it works.
The visuals are turning me off, so I haven't watched it yet. Like, just how, on the face of it, how it looks, it doesn't look appealing.
How so?
But it just looks, that animation looks cheap. Like the overly computer graphics.
Really?
Stuff.
It looks just like the characters from League of Legends.
I never
That
watched
hasn't made anything to him.
Yeah,
It doesn't mean the damn thing to Carl.
That's true.
Like shit. I think you should give it a chance. Give it
make them look completely different, and he would still assume
he would not know the difference.
League of Legends characters would look like.
It's not a show though, Carl. It's a game, by the way.
Oh, well,
so
League of Legends.
League of Legends. You would have to play it.
I would.
It
I
makes
don't
a lot of money
that.
though if you're really good. No, Carl couldn't play League of Legends.
That
I was
sounds
talking
like
about.
Carl would literally just die.
I was speaking in metaphor.
Ah, man,
like,
right.
If we
There's
saw
no-
Carl playing League of Legends, I'm assuming he just got body snatched. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
that's a
assuming.
red flag right there. Somebody got to
That's a
call
red
somebody and
flag
check on
right
that nigga.
there.
body snatched, or he's like he, somebody somehow he got invited to one of those $1 million tournaments and he's trying to get his skills up.
Facts.
Yeah.
That too.
I say give it 3 episodes, and well, maybe more than 3. But they yeah, it's an interesting show. I feel like the story, I wanted more. I wanted more from the story and the plot line, but it was still good for what it was, and I can see why people enjoyed it. But yeah, I think that was it. And then, well, as a small bonus, I just started House of the Dragon, probably like almost everybody
Let's
here.
go.
And that thing is fire. They got the budget, like we got dragons from episode 1, nigga. They
Yep.
let them
We got
niggas write a
budget
blank check
this time.
Sheesh.
They said
So-
another Game of Thrones. Bet here's the checkbook.
Let me help y'all out real quick.
They
Let
did
me
not
help
the
you all
fuck up
out.
this time.
All
Oh
the
my
money
God, I
you
need them to not-
Go ahead.
but-
is that the real money cost? Is the CGI? I feel like the
CGI?
biggest thing
No.
is the locations. They're not at as many locations as Game of Thrones.
Yeah, they're in like
And the
one
sets
area
aren't
now.
near-
Yeah, I
as
think they're
big.
really trying to keep it focused.
Because it's in New Zealand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they're trying to keep
Like-
it. I think they're trying to keep it there.
Like 90% of it is King's Landing,
Yeah.
where season 1 of Game of Thrones, you're in Winterfell, you're in
King's
the Iron
Landing.
Islands,
At the wall.
Wall. Like they
Yep.
went all over around the world.
I know what all these places are.
Says the
I
nigga
still
who
can't
never
believe
watched.
you haven't watched Game of Thrones.
My mind is
I
blown.
don't.
I wish
I'm
I had
not.
your brain. I really do, because like that way I could watch Game of Thrones for the first time again without knowing shit.
Yeah, it probably looks like
I mean, I know like a few things. I'll just say,
I know
I
a few
mean, it's
things.
impossible for you not to know some things, you know?
Facts.
I got.
What you mean?
I never finished it.
This nigga.
I got
I'm
up
not
to I think
surprised by that
season
either.
3.
I'm
Season
not.
3?
I'm more surprised. I'm unsurprised about Creston. I'm more surprised about AJ.
So
Absolutely.
the honest truth is, because I started watching Game of Thrones, Carl, it started in what 2012, right?
Yeah, because I was watching it.
We were in Titusville,
Yeah.
and I would just fall asleep every time.
I think that was a
What?
tactic, though.
You said I think
no,
that was a tactic.
I would fall asleep, and then we went to Cash's house. We all were like, that was the plan. The whole thing was we're gonna watch Game of Thrones.
No, I think that was a tactic.
Fell
Oh, I
asleep.
remember this. Yeah, we all fell
I was
asleep.
just like, you know what?
We got the itis.
I'm not gonna enjoy this.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna give it a chance, and I'm gonna make sure that I did a full cardio workup, and then eat the greasiest food imaginable right before.
What?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I even did this at my own house by myself. Like, just because the only two you witnessed.
No,
Hey, you
I
fall
get it.
My own
It's like-
house.
Like every episode is so goddamn gripping. Like
Man,
Man,
look,
I fell asleep.
when itis hits you, it's different.
No, it wasn't even itis.
I
It's
used to
that
eat
show.
Five Guys watching that on premiere night, and that's king-itis right there. And I still ain't got it.
Sound like it wasn't that great then.
Yeah. So
Wow.
what for me, just the drawing of that boring map at the beginning was enough to like lullaby me.
This man.
No lie. Like I've seen that map so many times and I've seen so few episodes because the map would start drawing and I just
So you fell asleep at the title screen.
at the title screen.
You-
Never made it
you,
past
but you see what I'm talking about? How much sense does
You
that
weren't
make?
trying.
He wasn't trying.
Nevertheless.
No, I
Look
was
at that.
trying.
League.
Look,
No,
man.
The season.
They
No,
put
you
Novocaine in that thing, man. I'm sure of it.
He said Novocaine. I'm
All
get
right,
the fuck
AJ.
outta here.
What's your
Anyway.
tops?
It's a tactic. I get it.
Wild.
I get it. You
So
don't
yeah,
really
that's
like it.
that's it for me.
That's it for you, Kev. Okay.
Yep, that's my top 10 plus a little bonus that just started.
So you know
Are you
what?
going?
I'll run it real quick. This summer has been mostly audiobooks. I have listened to a lot of audiobooks this summer, over like 20, 30 of these motherfuckers now at this point.
Oh
There's tons of suggestions. I will definitely add them into our Discord. Too many for me to list off. But I kid you not, I've been on a serious audiobook kick. More so than like manhwas or mangas, and so.
What's your best audiobook?
The Perfect Run, and I'm forgetting the author right now in my brain place. But it's called The Perfect Run. It's basically about this guy whose special ability is to basically save. He has a save point. Thanks video games. So every time he dies, he gets sent back to a save point, and then the moment he saves a file, he basically just locks that reality into existence.
Quantum
and so
field stuff.
Say again.
Quantum field stuff. He gets to basically leap. And so what he's trying to do is max out his life basically.
No, it definitely starts off that way. The just a quick overview. Basically, the world goes to shit. Everyone gets powers. No one really understands how it happens at first. Kid gets the powers after his parents dies. He gets basically forcefully adopted by this crazy person who tried to get 2 powers, and then falls in love with that crazy person's daughter, who isn't crazy. But then they get separated because the crazy person goes on a murdering spree. And then, of course, the superheroes of this time, go to kill that guy. And basically they get separated. And so after he gets his powers, he basically is searching for, his best friend / girlfriend. But during this point in time, he lives like, basically 400 years of life. Because he still relives, each day. If he dies, he relives from the save point. So he's lived, basically centuries at this point. Mm-hmm. And it's a great story, great character development, great world building. It's a fantastic listen, and the narration is it's amazing. Definitely one of those books that will stay with me for a very long time. I truly enjoyed it. Highlight of the summer. Outside of that, Rock of Blade Point, I've highly enjoyed that as my game pick. It has been a lot of fun. I have a love-hate relationship with it for sure, but I enjoy it more so than I do like Apex or even Overwatch as of late. It's definitely my go-to if I have a few minutes. I'm picking that up and I'm playing through a few matches. That's really been the summer. The kids have been doing their thing. Yeah, most of my top 10 are just audiobooks, and I did not do a good enough job writing that list down. No anime really hit me this summer. Show-wise, I guess the only show, late summer entry, Sandman was fantastic. I truly enjoyed that. That was, as a lover of the comic book, that the comic book written by Neil Gaiman, just that show was basically just the comic book brought to screen, and it was beautiful. Especially episode 6 had me in literal tears, and so that was, if you haven't watched it yet, highly suggest it. I'm actually holding off on watching the 2-part extra episode until I do a second rewatch, just so I feel like I've watched something new. So yeah, that's about it. That's been in the summer.
That looks good. Sandman looked really good. Like,
that was fantastic.
Like, visually, it looked great. But I just didn't want to watch it till I read the comics, so I haven't watched it.
No.
Nerd. No, I'm joking.
No, I get it. I get it.
I can go next because there's really nothing on my list. I too did a couple of audiobooks. I don't have a large list anymore because I'm really kind of locked into like a few series, and they don't come out but like once every few years. They'll write a new one.
Hate that.
So yeah, I do Jim Butcher, obviously that's like my number one dressing, but that didn't come out. And then there's like Patricia Briggs. She does it's kind of like a werewolf fantasy thing called it's a Mercy Thompson series. Mercy Thompson is her character, and it's kind of like not paranormal mystery, but like paranormal kind of like supernatural, whatever. Who done it? Something bad's happening, and it's all revolving around her character, who's like a Native American coyote shapeshifter. That's her power, which is also somehow extends to be more and more powerful. But it's just I like werewolves, so anything that has werewolves, let me give it a try. And then Starlit Enclave, which is like it's Forgotten Realms, which is the people who do Dungeons and Dragons, the Drizzt Do'Urden stuff. So Drizzt is their most popular book character. He has like probably upwards of 30 to 40 books in his like that are written about him or his group of friends specifically. So I've been pretty much following that from the Crystal Shard, which was like one of their first books, like written like in the 90s. When I listen to all this on Audible, so I'm at the point now where like you can feel they're trying to wrap up Drizzt's story, and I think this series might do it. So the second book in what I think is going to be a trilogy came out a couple weeks ago. I finished that like a day or so challenge or whatever. Just listening while I was at work and walking and stuff like that. So couple audiobooks, and then as far as like TV, I didn't really watch anything this go around. Not anything blurred worthy. There's a lot of stuff to fill time, but no blurred worthy stuff. Obviously designed a blurred T-shirt, and I'm gonna start doing that more often. Like, so start doing more of the merch design. So hopefully that takes over for when I'm not binge watching stuff.
I feel like the team should have had access to the shirt before you put it on. I'm just saying.
The team, what?
I feel like the team should have had access to the shirt.
Oh well, I had to buy the sample first to make sure that the shirt was quality. That's what this is. The sample. This isn't the. I'm gonna make. There are adjustments that need to be made. So the sample. You buy the sample. The sample is like you get it at reduced price, but you can't buy multiple samples. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, one person.
That sounds like a lie.
I'm sorry. You were saying something, Tech?
Nah, I'm just asking like how much money has Audible got out of you this summer? Because for me, it's been I didn't realize how many times I hit that extra credit button. My wife had brought it up.
I have so many credits right now. I think I said like 7 because I stopped listening to audiobooks and I was on podcasts for a long time, so I kind of forgot about. I mean, I'm obviously still paying them. They're making money off of me monthly, but they didn't make any extra money off of me.
Okay.
Because my I have like 7 credits left, and I use them sparingly now because all the series I've caught up on all my favorite series. So like they release a book every 2 years, so I'll tell you I'll probably use those credits in the next 10, 15 years. Yeah, but so yeah, merch design. Hoping to get started on the comic book with JK again and all the other good jazz once I clear some work hurdles. But no real content because I was looking for anime though. It's not like I wasn't looking, it just wasn't there. So like, what you gonna do? Spy Family is the only thing I watched. I've already professed my love for Spy Family. It just, I don't know. I can't say enough good things about it.
I kind of quit on anime this summer. So
yeah, this summer was hard. Shield Hero was the disappointment of the summer. Suave, you're muted.
Yeah, Shield Hero was, oh my god. I was expecting so much more. And they were like, nah, this is what you get. Take it.
No, and then when I saw that
talked
thing,
about that in the anime episode. Definitely go watch. But no, that's true.
When I saw that 13 episode and they were like recapping, I was like, no, don't do this to me. Do not tell me this is the end of this season. I was like, you're not doing this to me.
This is it. This is all you get.
I was like, the animation was trash. The story seemed super rushed. I get it though. Like, it's hard to there was a.
I don't get it.
It was hard to. No, they didn't because the pandemic kind of screwed up animation for 2 years.
Yeah.
Brains turn off during the pandemic too?
No, I'm talking about the work of writing and drawing and all that stuff. You can't Well, the drawing is
The drawing, you could tell. I could get with you on that, but the writing.
well,
Come
they can't write that story. That story's already written. So like
so
they're just adapting it.
you're just letting me know that they have less of an excuse. That's what you're telling me right there.
Well, I can't defend them. I didn't like it either, so I can't defend them any more than to say that I like Suave. I expected more from Shield Hero.
Look, other shows came out that were good.
And they hurt me. Shield Hero hurt me bad.
Yeah, they cut me deep with that one.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then I've been reading a ton of manga. I'm caught up on everything from except for I think I'm caught up on Black Clover too. So I'm caught up on Black Clover. Spoiler alert, Frieza is now stronger than everybody in the universe in Dragon Ball Super.
That's stupid.
The man, I'm gonna spoil all of this. The man found a place that has a hyperbolic time chamber, trained for 10 years. What? Came out, KO'd both Vegeta and Goku in one punch. And he was like, now I'm the strongest in the universe. And then dipped.
Killed?
No, he KO'd them. He beat them both. Like they're fighting. It was like a weird thing where it's like this arc was about who's the strongest in the universe. There's like a real weird reason to why
it's the manga.
Why characters even cared about who was the strongest in the universe. There's a reason for it. But anyway, so the whole arc is about who's the strongest, and then in the last chapter of this arc, Frieza shows up. He's like, he has a new form. It's Frieza Black. So I guess black is better, right? And we all agree there that was a good choice.
Is that the meme? Is that the meme going around where he's like, he has like Henny bottles in his hand?
Yeah, that's why. Because Frieza Black is his new form. It's better than Frieza Gold.
Now this is making sense.
Yes,
okay.
He walks up.
Now this is making sense.
He walks up in there and he's
popping bottles.
One punch takes out Goku, takes out Vegeta, and after he does that, he dips out. And I was like, why? Why would you make a whole? And then after that, they're gonna take a break. So now we just have to sit there with this cliffhanger for Dragon Ball Super. It could be years before we find out.
So Gohan don't fight him?
Well, see, the Gohan stuff isn't in the manga yet. I'm sure
apparently it's not canon.
Yeah, but they might turn it to canon. Like you never know, right? Because right now Brawly's not in the manga. Only because they went straight from. There's another arc right after the tournament, and then after that arc is the arc that I'm on. Yeah. But anyway, so Dragon Ball Super, Jujutsu Kaisen, which is just getting more and more confusing. I mean, I have no idea what they're doing.
What in Kaisen?
Yeah, in the manga. Yeah.
Oh, okay, got you.
I think we spoke about it before before we got on stream, but I was like, this character's just showing up. Like this guy, they give him like 3 panels of explanation of who this person is, and then I'm supposed to just like care about this individual for the rest of the chapter and for the rest of the story until they either meet their untimely end or exit stage left. Like you just gotta like care about them. Like I don't get what's going on in that manga. Like it makes me feel kind of dumb. Like can I not read? Like this character, I should be able to like understand what these characters like values are to each other. But
sometimes.
Still love it though. I don't know why, but still love it. So, but yeah, I've been reading, basically keeping up with the manga. Oh, One Punch Man. They finished the Garu arc in the manga.
Finally.
It is fan-freaking-tastic. Another spoiler. One Punch Man destroys Jupiter.
We didn't really need it.
He destroys.
Yes, we do. That shit blocks us from all the. It gathers all of the rogue asteroids and comets. And
man,
it's our big shield.
He punched somebody on Jupiter and destroyed Jupiter. So.
If you can't hang on your own as a planet, I don't know if we really need to.
Wow.
Fight your own battles.
We were very lucky that he fought his battle on Jupiter because he was effing up space-time by the end of that arc. Just everything. Everything was paying for it. But you get to see Blast finally, which I thought Blast was just a myth. I was like, he's not even real. Like, but Blast is actually real. He's actually as strong as they say he is.
He's the number one?
Yeah, he's just not strong.
Or number 2, whatever.
Well, he's number 1, but he's basically like an interdimensional warrior kind of thing.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's why you never see him, because he's in other dimensions. He bop around talking to deities and stuff. Like he's a little different, but still not stronger than One Punch Man, because that would be ridiculous. But it's a great arc, and I really, really hope they get to animating it. It's about 2 seasons out, though. There's no way it's the next season.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. But that's about it for me.
All right, cool. JK, Carl, what's good with y'all this summer?
Don't
Go
forget
ahead,
about
JK.
Oh, facts.
Sure. Let's see. Let me get to my list. Not joking. Let's see. So, Sandman. I mean, most of the stuff I've been saying: Sandman, Spy Family. I did watch Incantation. Yeah, I heard that, AJ.
What
Did
was
watch
that?
Incantation, which is a horror movie on Netflix. It's almost like it's almost has that Cloverfield like camera point of view. So it's actually really good. Freaked me out in some parts. Really did freak me out. Saw Prey. That was good. Dragon Ball Super movie.
What's Prey?
Prey is the Predator movie where it was pretty much the first human that the Predators ran into, which was a Native American girl Native American Comanche warrior who
That makes sense then why, the predators learn from their exploits. So that makes sense, like while they're dipping back in here.
So you remember the gun that Danny Glover got in 2?
I never finished 2. I wanted to like 2 because it's a black lead, but
yeah, I mean, I still like
Danny
it.
Glover is my least favorite black actor from that era.
Well, damn.
For action, anyway. No, I just hate Murtaugh so much, right? Because he's just so lame, and like he was the butt of every joke, stuff like that. Like if he was in something else, like I like Danny Glover in comedy, but in action, I'd rather saw Wesley do all that.
Well, pretty much the gun that he got in Predator 2 from the Predators after he defeated one was the gun that she got in the movie from one of the settlers trying to sell her off. It was during not Spanish American. It was during the French and Indian War. So it was around that time. Good movie if you haven't watched it. It's a really, really good movie. And it was one of the best movies on Hulu. One of the high streaming movies of all time. Between movies and TV on Hulu. High streaming of all time. Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
I am. I've been looking at it like, I'm gonna watch this.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the Predators.
Watch Extraordinary Eternity Woo. That was a good show. It's basically about a genius level autistic girl who becomes a lawyer, and hijinks ensue. Good. It was a good story. I really like the story. Of course, been playing Apex, been playing Naraka. That's been fun. Play Evil Dead, the game. It's actually not that bad of a game. It's just had to get used to it. It's a different type of game. Phasmophobia. Also watched damn, what's that movie? What's the other movie I went to go watch in theaters? I can't remember what it was. Oh, not Dragon Ball Super. What was the other movie? Nope. That's it. Nope, the Jordan Peele movie. That's it. Yeah, that shit was good. It was good.
Was it confusing to you? I hear a lot about it being confusing.
It was. You had to read between the lines, in my opinion. And a lot of people were kind of trying to interpret things. I'm like, I think plainly just saying like, just don't make a spectacle of stuff, because in the end, sometimes doing that will bite you in the ass. So, but I liked it. I liked the movie a lot. And of course, Nicole wants to go see that Sterling K. Brown movie.
I don't want to see that crap.
The movie where he's a pastor for a mega church.
Yeah, I mean, Regina Hall's in that movie too, I think.
Yeah. And so they're trying. It's like a reality show or something. They show like the life of pretty much show their life. So, there was some other shows I watched. Oh, Paper Girls was really good on Prime Video.
I think I saw the first episode, but I didn't finish that.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I had to get past the first episode, but then after I watched the first episode, it got better. What else? Disney Plus She-Hulk came out.
Yeah, I've been watching that.
I've been watching that. Oh, this last episode was hilarious with Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And
yeah, that's another thing that if we see Carl playing League of Legends, we can suspect that there's a light elf impersonating him.
Yes, there you go. And I was just thrown off to see they had Tatiana Maslin, because that's probably her in like a CGI suit, right?
If it's anything like how they do the Hulk, then yeah.
Well, she was twerking at the end of this.
But the truth is, she doesn't have to be in the suit.
She doesn't have to be. It could be Megan Thee Stallion or somebody.
Or it could just be
or it could be a
dancer.
dancer. Yeah.
Choreographer or something like that.
But no, it was quite funny. Miss Marvel. I also saw that when I was good.
It wasn't. I just didn't like the way it looked.
I liked it. It was good.
I was like, oh.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
He said like the way it looked.
I didn't like the way it looked. It looked too kiddie.
You know what? Never mind.
Like Marvel meets the Backyardigans. And I was like, I'm not.
I'm done.
Wow, the disrespect right there.
Backyardigans.
What, y'all don't like the Backyardigans? Y'all the ones that, like, who said the Backyardigans? I just said that's what it seems like. I never put a connotation on it.
You said it turned you off. Like, how was that not?
Right. Yeah. Backyardigans might be for some people. It's not for me. I'm not talking to say anything's wrong.
No. I'm talking big trash.
Big trash.
Wow.
What office you running
for?
for?
Attitude.
Say what?
What office you running for?
I'm not running for a single office. I'm just saying, like, the Backyardigans is for some people. I'm just not in that.
We do need to get the census out of there, so maybe governor.
I'm done.
I'm just saying, like, you know, the Wiggles, Backyardigans, out of the box, Blue's Clues,
going all the Disney Nick Jr. and shit. I'm done.
All that stuff. Good for some people.
And there's a bunch of other stuff I probably watched. I just can't remember right now. Especially on Netflix. Netflix had a lot of good shows roll through. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Hey, anybody watch that, or did that Jamie Foxx Vampire Hunter movie come out yet?
Oh, that's it. Day Shift. I did watch that.
Was it good?
I actually liked it. It was like Blade. It was like Blade without the superpowers.
So Carl hated it.
I didn't hate it. You know, with Jamie Foxx, you could tell when he's like, okay, yeah, I'm trying to get an Oscar right now, or I'm getting a check right now. He cared about the ones and zeros on that one. It wasn't about the.
It wasn't about the art right there.
Definitely was not. Like you could tell he phoned it in from an acting perspective. But then again, you know, it's a vampire slasher movie. It's not supposed to be ultra deep.
Yeah.
But he made sure to let you know this is not deep at all.
Snoop Dogg was in the movie. It was actually, he's
but
actually very funny.
he is funny on that. But you know, the action is decent. You know, there's just he's not even trying to bring about like his acting at all. Like he phoned it in with the acting.
Yeah.
Like some people, it's just like it's a principle. You got to maintain a certain level of acting quality. That's not Jamie Foxx clearly. Like I don't care.
Wow.
I'm getting the
Well,
money.
I know one thing though. Megan Good was looking extremely.
Was looking good.
I
Yes,
mean,
extremely good.
I mean, I feel like
Right there
that's
in the
par for
name.
the course. That's just kind of how she gets out.
She's pretty good at doing that.
Got
She
that,
just shows up.
that divorcee glow.
She got divorced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got divorced.
Oh no! I wanted that one to work.
Carl was very invested.
We're very invested.
Like, I mean, you know,
very invested, girl.
You know, it's supposed to be a Christian couple at hopes.
Well.
I just think that's why they failed.
Oh, no.
Ice cold.
Wow. The lack of faith, which I guess is appropriate.
You know, like
Whoa.
Christianity can't work in this day and age. It's depressing. That'll destroy relationships. Wow. I was hoping for that. I don't know why I feel like she broke his heart. Like I don't know this man.
I'm on her side. I'm team Megan Good. Like, I don't owe him anything.
I agree.
Yeah, I think it was a little too fake.
Yeah.
Writing books about shit.
I mean,
like, you got to be wary about that. These niggas writing books about we waited. It's like, yeah.
I mean, you don't think he waited?
I mean, it probably did, but like that shit ain't. I guess
that's not a predictor of success for the relationship, obviously.
Clearly,
I'm sure he wouldn't do that again. I would just put it like that.
Wow.
Well,
I'm done.
Look, I already. First of all, that's just not a trip I'm taking again. Like you get married once, it didn't work out. I'm like, well, single.
Well, tried it. It's over.
Single for life.
Absolutely over. Like
I agree.
Like combining lives multiple times. I don't know how people do it.
Combining them and then separating them. That's just
heck no. It's over.
I've heard people like relate
side chicks from then on
divorce to losing a body part. And
it's too much.
Say what, Tech?
I've heard people like relate the divorce to like losing a body part, and it's basically that. Like you spend this much time building a life literally together.
It's like building a muscle and then having that limb just atrophy away.
Chopped off.
I couldn't imagine.
That's funny.
Hopefully, I never have to.
Right.
Facts.
Please.
Don't fuck up.
That would be terrible.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That'd be another way to work.
That's it for me.
All right, bet.
Yeah.
So what's your top 10 for the summer, Chris?
Oh man. Gaming wise, played through Metroid Dread. Finally beat that. It was actually really good. People kind of size the so the big controversy with that game is what they call like the Emmys, which are these robots that are like basically hunting you, and trying to get they're trying to clone Samus basically. And the way that they're trying to do it is they have these Emmys they're like basically indestructible, with like Samus's regular weapons and shit. And then if they get you, basically kills you in one hit. But the main thing that to do is it basically takes a sample of your DNA, and so they're going to use that to create more clones. Yeah. But what people were kind of complaining about was that saying that it was hard. But really, I mean, it's annoying, but it's not the whole level. Like there's only certain parts of the map that are that they call Emmy zones. So you basically just have to do what you need to do to traverse the level, and then you have to go through the Emmy zones. But it's not the whole level, so they don't stalk you the whole time. They only stalk you in that corridor, basically. Um, so again, that's one of those instances where it's like you just gotta play the game for yourself to see what people were talking about. But yeah, people cites that shit. It was not that hard. But it was good. It was really good. It was the first time I played Metroid since probably Metroid Fusion, back on GBA.
Damn.
So yeah, so it's been a minute. But yeah, that was good. Actually, just the other night, I finally beat Arkham Origins. That's what I've been playing on the Steam Deck.
Hey.
Um, and that was really good. Buggy as hell. It's so quick thing about Steam Deck, and like when they basically what they do in the library is they give you there's basically three symbols. It could be green, which is basically like Steam Deck's verified. So that basically just means that they went through the game and like everything works as supposed to. You have yellow, which basically means it works, but then there's like some inconsistencies, mainly like the font size and all that stuff probably doesn't scale well on the deck. And then they have like you are on your own, like play this shit at your own risk type shit.
Mm.
We haven't even tested it. It's so Arkham Origins was in that category. And
Good game.
it was definitely times where that shit just hard crashed and just had to
Damn.
reboot it. It probably crashed on me about a little probably like 7 times maybe.
Damn.
So
I mean,
but
total?
yeah.
Okay. That's not too bad.
So yeah, so I mean you know, it 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 was definitely at the random times. Like there's no like pattern to it at all. It was just kind of like if it just felt like not working right now, and it's just like luckily it did have like auto saves, but I was one time I thought the save got corrupted, because
Oh,
it
that
was
would
kind of
suck.
like it was kind of like a little a bug where I was supposed to be advancing the mission, and it was kind of playing back a audio loop that made it seem like I didn't do that piece of the mission, so I got scared. But luckily it wasn't the case. It just the bug was the audio playing when
Mm,
it shouldn't have.
that's good.
So yeah, so that was really good. Like Arkham Origins, like that's another controversial game that people were just like, it's not, but if you like Arkham games, it's more
Mm.
of the same, and it's really good. DNF Duel,
Oh
I've been
yeah, that's
playing
another
that.
one.
That's a really good fighting game. I think honestly, DNF Duel is probably the most accessible game that you can hop into and just like do cool shit like right off the bat. Has really simple controls, real cool set pieces. Um, like has a good number of characters. It's like I think it's a really good entry level game for folks that don't play a lot of fighting games
Yeah.
that don't want to have to invest in something as like complicated as Guilty Gear Strive or Street Fighter and all that. So really good. Another fighting game, Capcom Collection. Just basically a bunch of old Capcom fighting games like the Dark Stalkers series, which never was that popular here in the States, but popular over in Japan. So it was really cool to kind of have that all in one place. Um, the other game I've been playing recently actually is Plague Tale Innocence. Um, that shit is really good. I was not expecting it to be that good. It kind of caught me off guard. It's kind of like the way I describe it is like a double A Last of Us. So it's like Last of Us that has like kind of a good a good bit of the budget slash, but not it's not a bad thing. It's really cool that they did so much with so little in comparison to something like Last of Us. So
Mm.
really highly recommend it. That was actually one of the other things from Gamescom I forgot to mention is that the sequel to Plague Tale is coming out. I want to say what was it, November or some shit? Or October, late October. So really good, highly recommend it. It's on Game Pass. Check it out. And then one of the most recent games I just bought, Rollerdrome. Really,
That shit
really
looks like
fun.
fun.
I was thinking about buying it, but I don't know yet.
Yeah, it's super fun. If you like, so imagine Tony Hawk mixed with something like
Guns.
yeah, something like My Friend Pedro. If you ever played that indie game a few years ago.
Oh
It's
yeah.
really fucking good. Highly recommend. It's on PC and PlayStation. Shows. Watched The Bear on Hulu, which is really fucking good. If you ever thought about going into the
Food industry.
food industry, you might want to watch that. You might have second thoughts after that. It was very stressful. Our friend Darian, I don't know how he does that shit. He's a chef.
Yeah.
And he said that shit was very accurate, and I have so much more respect for him after
Facts.
seeing that.
I saw one clip of it. I was like, oh no, I can't. I would.
Yeah, it was so stressful, but really good. It's on Hulu. Hulu's been like on the ball
Yeah.
recently with some of their custom or original content.
Originals.
Yeah.
That's the one subscription I have not had consistently is Hulu.
Since I got the Disney Plus bundle, I got Hulu and all that.
Another show recently, Manti Teo, The Untold, that shit. Jesus Christ. I feel really bad for that dude, man. He had
Is he still in the league?
nah. Which is kind of
AJ, you're muted.
yeah,
Oh, I was saying he would do this if he was in the league. He would never fill out that rights.
yeah, it's you definitely whatever you thought beforehand, it definitely kind of puts things in perspective as like what really happened with that whole story. Because you
What
know,
story?
like I think the Manti Teo story, he basically got catfish. He was like,
It's like the first really big catfish story.
yeah, he was like he was basically a Heisman finalist,
He won it,
projected to
didn't he?
go.
No, he
Nah,
didn't win it. He didn't win it.
Johnny Manziel won.
The last defensive player to win the Heisman was Charles Woodson. That's like 1999.
They really have no business winning it.
Yeah, really good story. It's on Netflix. It's part of their series called Untold. So they got that. They got the referee that was betting on games story. They have this other story about some tennis player. I still don't really understand what that was, but kind of fell asleep on that too. But yeah, nah, definitely check that series out. Other things on Netflix, Never Have I Ever, really good fucking show. If you ever watch that, it's about this Indian girl living in California, just kind of living a teenage life, and it's really funny. It's really
I saw like promo for that.
yeah, it's a really like wholesome, actually like legit funny show. So, and definitely there's moments where I shed a little tear, you know. But you know, real nigga shit. Anyway,
Okay.
What?
Okay.
I get it, Preston. I get it.
No,
Hey.
I just wasn't expecting it.
Facts.
No, we need to normalize these tears up in here.
I'm
Facts.
serious. So yeah, that and then the Woodstock 99 joint, which
yeah.
was really fucking good. Crazy. That's why I don't fuck with like concerts and none of that shit, and like large crowds. I don't fuck with any of that shit no more. But that just kind of solidifies like, oh, yep, I'm retired from any of that type of stuff.
Absolutely.
Watch Nope. And then also another one on Netflix, and the and one Rise and Fall.
Oh yeah.
If you fuck with and one back in the day, it's a really good doc. Kind of talk about that whole experience and how much it was like so much better than NBA at that time.
Yeah.
That's what I was listening to the professor talk on it, like old live, like old YouTube live. He was saying like it was just as popular at the height, like it was just as popular as the NBA.
Oh, it was more popular.
More popular.
That was like it came out at the right time because it was like right in between Jordan retiring and LeBron coming into the league.
Yep.
So it was like that 98 to like 2003 or 4 or whatever he came in the league. Like
2003 LeBron came in.
Yeah. So like the NBA wasn't popping like that. I mean you had the whole Shaq and Kobe dynasty, but I mean it just wasn't really the same. But and one definitely like filled that gap, at least for the younger kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a really good one. And then I have some dishonorable mentions. That Resident Evil show, which was fucking horrible. That shit was horrible.
I knew that was coming.
Really bad. I'm glad they canceled it because that was not the move. And then the little Tekken Bloodline. It was just like meh. It was all right. It was
super
okay.
meh.
It was
I
just
didn't even
okay.
finish episode 2.
Yeah.
Was this a cartoon or
Yeah.
It's a cartoon.
I thought I saw some Tekken stuff going on, but I don't be watching Tekken stuff because
Yeah.
they're almost always a miss. There's really a hit with Tekken, like
Yeah.
other than the game.
Yeah, it was just very, very mid.
It was married. Yeah.
So yeah, that was my summer.
All right. Is that everybody? Everybody went?
All right, let's play some fucking Rocket League.
It's not everybody, but it can be.
Oh,
oh shit, Carl.
I said Carl.
I swear I thought Carl.
Gotcha, bitch.
I really did.
Damn.
Damn.
My summer was
So, how was your summer, Carl?
I mean, we can play Rocket.
Yeah,
Didn't you just say Rocket League though?
Very interested in Carl's summer.
Absolutely.
I'm very interested.
I feel it.
I would like to ask Carl, like, how's the first summer in the new place?
Oh, true.
Yeah.
How's that AC blast?
Amazeballs to not be cramped, to not be, when the kids aren't here, which isn't often, but just be naked. It's wonderful.
As test kit comes in.
You gotta, you just gotta be naked in all the rooms. The kitchen.
You gotta break it in.
What's that?
So you gotta break it in.
Absolutely.
Naked in all the
rooms, yo.
I mean, not the kids' room. That feels a little weird.
Yeah, that's
all
weird.
the other rooms.
That's very weird.
All the other rooms. Guest room. Absolutely.
Guest room.
I'm done. I know where I'm not sleeping.
That's on you. Like every room except for my kids' room is see my naked body. So that's it. That's your decision. But
I'm done.
You do with that information what you will.
But you know what's funny about this, right? Like I feel honestly like he made it a point of going into the guest rooms. So he had been naked in all the other rooms probably just naturally, right? You're walking through other rooms to get to your room and then to the kitchen and all that. So that makes sense. But then he was like, you know what?
Let me make sure I hit these up.
I haven't been naked in the guest room.
So let me mark my territories real quick.
I did it all at once.
Wow.
Get naked and go into all the rooms, one in the office, and then just let it swing. It feels great.
I'm done.
But Yeah, so I did watch Man That Fell from Earth as well. Was loving that.
That's the
I
one I
guess that
watched.
was
Yeah.
that's good stuff. Suave got me too excited. Thought there was a season 2 Foundation. Clearly not. Whatever. Nobody's bitter. I watched Sandman. That was amazing. I didn't even finish Shield Hero. I just stopped. Couldn't do it. Started watching House of Dragons. I did catch Day Shift. I caught a couple Korean action
K-dramas.
shows. Not the dramas. Not doing
Okay.
He
it.
said, "Don't go. I ain't going
Too
that
much
far."
lipstick on. Too much lipstick.
Not all of them too much lipstick.
No. They all got it. They all got it. Stop. Every last one.
Terrible.
Nobody's lips are just that pink always. It's just that's a lie.
They gotta look lively out there, Carl. What you want them to do?
Yeah.
Sure.
You're trying to
They're
look.
the plastic
That's not my
surgery
aesthetic.
capital of the world. None of them.
That's
don't
not
have
my
any of that.
aesthetic. So yeah, I don't do that. But I watched the action movie and I forgot all the names, so can't help you there. But I get a sense like that there was a strong anti-American sentiment. Now it could just be just those couple of movies, but I wondered to myself, I'm like, are they really like America ain't S type stuff? Like they're weary of North Korea, but they're like they know that those are our people, so there's a sentiment to want to reconnect with them. And almost no
Definitely.
blame to China. Like China's cool.
China
Um,
probably
Most
helped pay.
people hate us.
They might have paid
Yeah,
for the
everyone.
movie, so I'm
Yeah, I would
thinking
say
about that.
China might have actually helped finance the stuff.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure. I just watch a couple movies. I don't really have a sense of the culture if that's a legit feeling in Korea. If there's this underlying anti-American
Most likely
sentiment,
not.
or if it's just these movies that may or may not have been funded by Chinese
Very possible.
organizations. But I did notice that. I'm like, that's interesting. Let's see. I watched Westworld.
Oh, how was that?
Which,
Yeah. Westworld.
Exactly.
Oh, that's Westworld. I did watch that.
I
Too.
liked it, but I didn't like it at the same time.
Why?
Well, I felt like they
Tech
pulled
sounded
back on the
so
budget.
concerned.
I feel like they
Tech
pulled back
sounded
on the
so
budget.
concerned.
Yeah,
Said,
he did.
"Why?"
I am concerned. I thought it wrapped up everything pretty nicely. I mean,
Did it?
the
Oh,
Dolores
Is
was
it
annoying.
wrapped up?
Oh,
Yeah.
Honestly, see the point for
is it over?
us to pretend. No, it's not over. They got
Oh.
approved for another like
They
2 seasons.
wrapped up.
I believe.
They wrapped up
I
this season.
haven't seen a single episode of Westworld.
Of course you haven't.
I don't
feel like
understand the
that's
whole
not a
like
show you'd
hiding
enjoy.
Dolores bit again from us. That makes no sense. They could have come out in like episode 1, letting us know Dolores was like a supercomputer or something, making us believe she was a human. Made zero sense to me. Waste of my time.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
What season are you on?
I finished it.
Okay, but you know how like they made us believe like Dolores was in the human world working as a human, or that she wasn't Dolores, but she was like Christine. It's just a waste of time, in my opinion. Like,
how? That's a core part of the story.
That's a core part of the story.
Nope, waste of my time. Just tell me that she's a computer.
What?
In episode 1.
She's not a computer, though.
Exactly.
She was literally running the
She's
storylines.
running it, but she's still not a computer.
She's a computer. They're all computers. They're all computers.
Is she a synthetic human?
They're all computers on legs.
She's like,
you want to be technical
just
about
like the
it.
other one.
We're all
She's a
computers
host.
on legs too.
Computers.
That's true.
We're not logical. We don't operate on enough logic to be considered computers.
How about our nervous systems? That's better.
They're less like computers and more like microcontrollers. So
Yeah, I guess that's true.
there's no real computation going on there, like not anything complex.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel like they pulled back on the budget. I had a problem with that. Like I just have an expectation set
That's
because
fair.
of what they've done in the past, and that was a miss to me.
This motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like they tried to go like deep with it because it's one of those shows. It's existential. They try to go deep with it. I'm like, but it's not though. You know.
Mm.
But it wasn't bad at all. I enjoyed it. There was like,
Enjoyed it too.
I just felt like the bar was set a little higher in the first season or so, and so it fell a little short for me. But yeah, I'll watch a couple of other things on Netflix that I'm forgetting. Netflix pretty much sustained me the majority of the summer.
Sustained.
It sustained me.
Fair.
Because there was no freaking anime that I that caught my eye. I didn't watch anything. All the shows are done. I'm looking forward to Winx. That's supposed to be next month.
What is this?
Or I guess this month now. It's now what, September.
It is.
Winx Saga.
Oh, I still haven't watched that one. I gotta watch it.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, me too. Because I used to watch
It's like your speed, I feel like.
I used to watch the cartoon with my niece.
Isn't the Winx like the girls with the
Pixies.
powers?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not how the actual series works. But
yeah, the series is more like of fire deities and pretty much elemental deities, basically.
It's almost like a CW show, but with more depth and no commercials.
It reminded me of Legacies.
I didn't like Legacies.
I didn't watch that show, but I could just looking at the trailers. It kind of had that vibe. I would say.
I gave up on it. It was too formulaic in a way that I wouldn't appreciate it. I wanted to like Legacy so bad. I stuck in for like a season and a half.
Did you enjoy Vampire Diaries?
I liked Originals the best of the three.
Yeah, I think I never watched Originals, but Sigurd mentioned that she liked it.
I liked Originals better because Vampire Diaries was too much about the relationship of Elena and Damon. And I didn't like either of those characters. So you kind of really don't get to like Vampire Diaries. You don't like them too.
Yeah. Oh, there was that vampire series that was on Netflix. Forgot what it was called. Those two chicks. One was black. She was a vampire hunter. The other one was white chick.
Yes. I actually like that one. It was.
I kind of like that too. I kind of like that
Bite
too.
Me or what was it called?
I don't think they called it Bite Me. I don't think I'd have watched it.
It was something. It was something like that.
But it was Bite was probably in the title, but
First Bite.
First Bite.
First
yeah.
Bite.
That sounds
way
That
different.
sounds right.
Way different. Way
That
different.
sounds like a
Exactly.
food
No,
show.
I was trying to get there. Shut up.
Yeah, one gets the watch and the other definitely does not, for sure.
No, First Kill.
First Kill. Even better.
That's even better. Yeah. First Bite, still, that sounds like it could be a cooking
I was trying to get
that sounds
there,
like a food
AJ.
show.
Shut up.
Yeah. That sounds
somebody bought
like can you win the judges over in just one bite? First bite.
Yo.
So somebody bought the
Netflix.
Ferrari. But yeah, there was more Netflix stuff. That's about it. I don't remember all this stuff. That's pretty much all I watch. Netflix and YouTube pretty much all summer.
Yeah.
I feel you.
That's fair.
All right. I think that's everybody. Did everybody go?
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Oh, everybody
So,
went? Oh, okay.
yep.
Everybody went this time.
Yo, somebody get this man Carl. All right, bet. So, I mean, that's it for the podcast. Definitely want to thank y'all for joining us. Let us know if there's something you want our perspective on that we haven't talked about. Follow us at Blerdimension everywhere if you haven't already, namely Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and wherever you listen to your podcast. If you fuck with the content, give us a heart, thumbs up, rating, whatever is platform appropriate. It's free, that stuff is free for you. Helps us out with the algorithms. We stream the podcast live on Twitch every other Thursday night, so make sure you come through next time. Up next is After Podcast Gaming. We're about to play some Rocket League, Orange vs. Blue style, and we're gonna play some Dirt 5. All right, so let's switch over.
Are we won't be playing Dirt 5? Because I need to get a nappy.